You're listening to The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, Cedar Rapids. We now leave our network programming to bring you the following special sports presentation. Let the good times roll with the fun of Kernel Baseball in The Zone.
Bring your family, bring your friends. This is where the fun never ends. Everybody knows when you're at the game, the good times roll. Hey, Kernels, let the good times roll. Cedar and the Kernels, let the good times roll.
With the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, here's the voice of the Kernels, John Rogers.
After a day off, the Kernels are back home, and it's really do or die now. The Kernels have 24 games remaining, 12 at home, 8 of which will be played on this homestand and 12 on the road. Kernels General Manager Jack Rader reminded me about an hour ago that if the Kernels can pull off what is a mighty big task, and that is sweep the Kane County Cougars in this 4-game series, we will be right back in the thick of the playoff hunt. Our work is ahead. It's cut out for us. And we're looking forward to bringing you the series opener on an overcast Thursday evening, but we don't expect any rain till after 9 o'clock. So come on out and enjoy Kernel Baseball. On the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, you're going to hear about the Baseball Hall of Fame from a full-time Kernel staff member. Josh Boots is our Director of Entertainment, and prior to taking this position with the Kernels, Josh had the thrill of working as an intern in Cooperstown at the Baseball Hall of Fame. Josh Boots will tell us about it next on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show here in the Zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications Triple Play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
Kernel Director of Entertainment Josh Boots stepping to the plate with us on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show here in the Zone. And Josh, our listeners would love to know, as a young fella, just a year or two out of college, a little bit about your background. It's hard to get a job in professional sports, and you prepared yourself well with a couple of very neat internships.
Yeah, I did, John. 2 years ago, I actually interned here with the Cedar Rapids Kernels with Mike Coolbeck. I did a lot of marketing and on-field promotional. And then the next summer, I actually had the opportunity in my lifetime. I lived out in Cooperstown, New York, and interned for the Baseball Hall of Fame in the membership department.
That's fresh in everybody's mind with Ryan Sandberg and Wade Boggs being inducted this past weekend. For those that have not been to Cooperstown, I'm lucky enough, I've been there twice in my lifetime, but those who have not been lucky enough to make the pilgrimage, would you describe the environment, the community of Cooperstown, and then, as best you can, describe the Hall of Fame itself?
Well, I guess it's kind of hard to pinpoint it. I mean, Cooperstown is just its own little village, and the Baseball Hall of Fame is just the center of it. And the baseball, I mean, the excitement, the love for the game is just all over the town. People come from all over the world to see the Baseball Hall of Fame, so it's unique in itself, and there's no other place like it. I've been to the Football Hall of Fame, and the experience doesn't even get close to what the Baseball Hall of Fame brings.
You'd said the word experience. I remember Babe Ruth's locker. I remember baseball cards. I remember the plaques that immortalize the Hall of Famers. I remember memorabilia from the games past in history. But go into greater detail about what the experience is.
It's just kind of hard to say. I mean, each level is just something new. I mean, I can remember from a year ago, Alfonso Soriano's All-Star jersey. And it's just those neat things that just happen in baseball history that you get to see that you could see nowhere else. I mean, working with the Cedar Rapids Kernels, you get to see baseball every day. But, I mean, to see Babe Ruth's bat, to see Lou Gehrig's jersey, it's just something totally new, just to be up close and personal and being able to see the legends that you grew up hearing Babe Ruth as the best player, and then being able to, reach out and touch his bat is just amazing.
Josh, for someone who's never been and they wouldn't be going unless they liked baseball somewhat, how many days would you recommend they set aside to visit the village of Cooperstown?
Oh, wow. I think I was there for 10 weeks, and I didn't think I saw everything I wanted to see. But if you're going on a trip, I would say at least a week, because there are just numerous things to do. They have a great golf course there. They have a lake to go on. I mean, baseball is what to do there, but if you're trying to get away from baseball, there's also a bunch of things to do. There's some neat shops all around town. The baseball memorabilia is just huge, so I would say at least a week.
Well, I'll set it aside. You said the memorabilia shops that surround the main street there, and I've been to those, and you can get a bat personalized carved, you can get wonderful prints and photos and pictures. If you're a collector, it's a great place to visit, not only the museum, but the shops that surround it.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you can about find anything you want in baseball. Like you mentioned, with the bats personalized, you can get football teams on bats. I mean, people just go out and they have anything you could think of is probably in Cooperstown. It's amazing during the Hall of Fame induction ceremony weekend, every shop would have a different Hall of Famer. I know Pete Rose was in front of a shop. Although he's not a Hall of Famer, there would be Lou Brock, just a whole bunch of people out there in front signing autographs for people. So it's quite the experience just to be able to see those Hall of Famers right in front of you.
Josh, tell us a little bit about what they do with the memorabilia or artifacts or pieces of history that are not on display. Are they kept away from Cooperstown? Are they kept in a hermetically sealed vault? What do they do with all the things they can't display?
It's a funny thing you asked that, because working at the Hall of Fame, we got to go under and see all of the artifacts. The stuff that you see on display is only about, I think they said, a third of what's on display. So you go downstairs and they have bats and bats and bats of Babe Ruth. I actually got to touch Babe Ruth's jersey. And just the artifacts they have downstairs, because, so much is donated each year that obviously there isn't enough room to show all of it off. So it's in the basement where they keep everything in a controlled climate. And, I mean, everything's there from Cal Ripken Jr.'s shoes to Sammy Sosa's helmet is up there.
And they are, it's a good environment to store them in. There's no must or damp moisture.
Oh, no, they have, obviously they do research to get the longest life out of them. So the baseballs are kept in a place where the climate is right for baseballs, along with the shoes are on a separate piece of, I don't know if it would be called paper, but sort of material, just, so they can get the longest life out of it.
Colonel Director of Entertainment Josh Boots is giving us an entertaining and fascinating inside look to an internship he was rewarded last year at the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, and we'll have a final word with Josh when we return on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show here in the Zone.
To make your landscaping dreams become a reality, see the experts at Kane's Material. Retaining walls, custom patios, walkways, and steps, Kane's Material has all the hardscape elements needed to complete your landscaping project. Need ideas? Visit Kane's Outdoor Display Area on 12th Avenue Southwest to see over 100 products showcased. Let your property reach its full potential with help from the experts at Kane's Material. Visit Kane's in Cedar Rapids, Coralville, and Eldridge, or on the web at Kane'sMaterial.com.
Step up to the plate this summer and nominate your favorite Cedar Rapids Kernel for the Rockwell Collins Fans Choice Award. Every time you catch a Kernels game, fill out a Fans Choice ballot to recognize the efforts of your favorite ball player. Then drop the ballot in the designated box at the souvenir stand. During the season's final homestand, Rockwell Collins will present the Fans Choice Trophy to the player with the most votes and make a donation to that player's favorite charity. Rockwell Collins and the Cedar Rapids Kernels, partners on and off the field.
Josh Boots is with us. He's the Colonel Director of Entertainment, and we're using this interview, this South Slope Communications Triple Play show, with him for him to talk about his experience in Cooperstown, New York. He was an intern there at the Baseball Hall of Fame, and Josh, another unique part of Cooperstown we haven't talked about yet, Doubleday Field.
Yep, Doubleday Field. That was something neat in itself. People from all over go and they play, where supposedly the first game of baseball took place. There's a lot of Little League games there, Senior League games. They actually played the Hall of Fame game last year, which I remember were the Atlanta Braves and I believe the Minnesota Twins, because it was really neat to see Torrey Hunter and Andrew Jones right out in front. I even saw Chipper Jones, so they even got to play out there. So that's pretty neat that you get the big leaguers out there, and then you get little leaguers that hope to be the big leaguers out there. So it's a pretty neat field.
It's an exhibition game, the one you described between the Braves and Twins, the annual Hall of Fame game. And the grandstand is... There's a grandstand roof supported by steel pillars. It's an old ballpark, and believe it or not, from something I read, there was a movement afoot about 20 years ago to try to bring a New York Penn League team, a rookie league team, to Doubleday Field in Cooperstown. What's your gut feel, Josh, as a final question? Would professional baseball, rookie league, New York Penn League thrive in Cooperstown, or is that asking too much from a small village to support it?
It's kind of hard to tell because where I lived, Oneonta, they have a minor league team, the Oneonta Tigers, and they didn't seem to draw that well just because I'm not sure if, location or if it was that big of a city. But from Cooperstown, it would seem like a natural thing
because the visitors would want to do something at night, watch a pro baseball game.
Exactly. You'd be there, and you'd want to go watch a pro baseball game. What better place to take in a pro baseball game than Doubleday Field, where it all originated?
Dream job, you're offered to be the Director of Curation at the Baseball Hall of Fame. Do you hesitate, or do you take the job?
Oh, I'd take it in a second. That place is one in itself.
Josh Boots, thank you so much. We'll talk next time down the road about your duties with the Kernels, but this inside look at Cooperstown and the Baseball Hall of Fame, something very few people have seen. Thank you for being witness to it and sharing that with us. A certificate, Josh, for you to treat yourself at any of our fabulous Zio Giano's Italian spaghetti houses. The hometown taste of Italy is at Zio Giano's, the pasta that will make you sing. Josh Boots, thank you so much.
Thank you, John. My pleasure.
Colonel Director of Entertainment, Josh Boots. He does a magnificent job making this place the funnest place to be in the spring and summer. Veterans Memorial Stadium as our Director of Entertainment. Up next, we have a quartet of broadcasters to bring you the 8-game homestand series opener. Hall of Fame legend Bob Brooks, myself, 3-time Iowa Sportscaster of the Year Scott Unash, and fresh back from vacation in the Boundary Waters broadcast assistant Julia Jansen. We're all together next here in the Zone.
Papa John's pizza, it's so good. Better is best, that's understood. Better call Papa John's tonight. Better call Papa, he's got it right. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Attention baseball fans, call your local Papa John's for our home run special. Get a large pizza with up to 3 toppings of your choice for only $9.99.
Papa John's. Better call Papa.
We've been telling you for some time that Greg's Lawn Service is a cut above the rest when it comes to caring for your lawn. However, Greg's experienced staff does so much more than lawn care. They offer complete landscape design and installation, concrete curb edging, grading, sodding, and hydro seeding. Yes, Greg's is a complete lawn care service, and they welcome the opportunity to show you why they are a cut above the rest. Give Greg's a call for more details about their wide range of services.
Overcast start to the 8-game homestand. It will determine whether the Kernels are a playoff team or a pretender and have to play out the string for pride. That's how important this whole homestand is, and we're taking on a team that's red hot. The Kane County Cougars haven't been here since the first series of the season. They kicked off this 2005 campaign in early April, taking 3 of 4 from the Kernels. We welcome you on this overcast Thursday evening to Kernel Baseball here in the Zone. As you heard on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, we'll have a host of broadcasters this evening. I'll set the lineups with Bob, and then Bob will be joined by Scott, As usual, Julia will be here, and I'll be with Tanya Sedlock and Phil Andrews, two names that have become synonymous with Colonel Baseball this season. They're the Weidenhammer Andrews agents for Pekin Insurance, and then Bob and Scott will be down to take us down the final stretch. The goal, to entertain you and hopefully bring you a series opening win with the Cougars. Let's set the starting lineup for the first game of the series. Kane County, if the season were to end today, would be in the playoffs. They're in third place behind the Swing of the Quad Cities and Wisconsin, who took 3 of 4 from us up in Appleton. Leading off for the Kane County Cougars is Cliff Pennington, and Pennington was a first-round pick of the A's out of Texas A&M. Cliff Pennington, the shortstop. Luis Perez is in right field. He'll bat second. The Cougar number 3 hitter is Javier Herrera in center field. Eddie Kim, a familiar name from a year ago. You can't miss him. He's 6'3", 265. Looks like he should be playing tight end for the Raiders, not cleanup batting for the Oakland A farmhands, but that's what he is. Travis Buck, a second first-round pick by Oakland this past season out of Arizona State, another baseball powerhouse. Buck is the designated hitter batting fifth. In left field is Jose Pineda. Pineda in left will hit sixth for Kane County. The Cougar third baseman bats seventh, Myron Leslie. Raul Padron will catch and hit eighth, and batting ninth is Gregorio Petit. Gregorio Petit at second base bats ninth. And on the hill is a guy you root for because he came from the Independent League ranks. He's 25-year-old, a right-hander, former Sioux City Explorers starting pitcher Tony Evans. The 25-year-old went 3-2 for the Sioux City Explorers of the Northern League earlier this summer with a 2.42 ERA. His record this year with Kane County in 10 starts is a good one, 5-3 with a 3-point even ERA. On the hill, Tony Evans, signed by Oakland out of the Independent Northern League. He pitched earlier this summer with the Sioux City Explorers. Colonel's about ready to take the field. Allen Motor Company, as always, steps to the plate to bring you the Allen Motor Company Colonel starting lineup, and with it, here's legendary sportscaster. It's great to be back with him, Bob Brooks.
Well, it's great to be out here at the ballpark. No question about that. And remember, we don't have any rain out here. It's a perfect night for a ball game, and we have a window where should be a couple of hours, and then we'll see what happens. But the Kernels, as you indicated, this is a time to either put up or shut up, and that's the story of the whole season. Will be wrapped up probably in this series. I certainly would think so. So with that as the background, here, the Cedar Rapids Kernels starting lineup. Alexi Casilla leads off and plays short, having just a solid year. Another solid Cedar Rapids Colonel, Michael Collins, will do the catching and bat number 2. Another young man who has delighted the crowd here with his magical play at times at third base, Freddy Sandoval, will be at first base tonight. Drew Toussaint in left field. Josh LeBlanc becomes the DH, and he's hitting .282. Jordan Rentz in right field as the Kernels take to the diamond. Nate Sutton at second base. Fernando Rodriguez gets the third base assignment, and Richard Giannotti is in center field, his old position. The starting pitcher will be Nick Green. He's won and lost 2. 65 and a third, 65, has 41 strikeouts, 11 walks, 18 relief appearances, and a 3.86 ERA, 7 home runs.
Bob, thanks a lot. Let's join the Harmony Hawks. They're dressed in their maroon sleeve shirts and black trousers for the national anthem. The sound here at the ballpark is a little bit off right now, but the Harmony Hawks have started singing a patriotic song, America the Beautiful. Let's see if we can pick it up now. This is the Harmony Hawks. And they're coming in just great. The Harmony Hawks with a stirring rendition of America the Beautiful, and now they're going to move on after this great reception at the ballpark, and I believe sing the Star-Spangled Banner. The Harmony Hawks. Hours of practice, Bob. Hours of practice, and
that's the way it should be done.
It really phenomenal. The Harmony Hawks in total harmony. That's the way it should be done and was done.
And of course, Bob Nance is one of the founders of the Harmony Hawks and a very devoted man to barbershop and chorus singing, and that helps to get them out here to the ballpark, and congratulations to them.
Wonderful job. Anderson and Brown Eye Care, as always, sponsors the announcement of our umpires. Jeff Lascola behind the plate, Joe Dobo on the bases. Anderson and Brown Eye Care. You can get contact lenses there and eyeglasses now. Their new location next to Intent City off I-380, Boyson Road exit. Scott Unash with the play-by-play with Bob alongside. Colonel action next here in the zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications triple play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome in to Cedar Rapids Kernels baseball right here on the Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM. Scott Unash with Bob Brooks. John Rogers also here, as per usual. Julia Jansen will join us coming up here in a little bit. Right now, she's got some charges. She's leading them off the field as we open up an 8-game homestand tonight. And incidentally, it's the Kane County Cougars. And why is that important? Well, they are the Midwest League affiliate of the Oakland Athletics. Of course, we've been with the LA Angels of Anaheim for quite some time, Bob, and they're having a pretty good tussle in the American League West, and we're tussling here tonight. First of 4, just about to get underway. Cliff Pennington steps in and takes a look at a Nick Green fastball in the outside corner. Strike one, and we are underway here at 7:05. And an overcast night. The lights are on, but no rain as of yet. Second pitch swung on and lifted high in the air to short center. Nate Stunt, the second baseman, drifting back, and he's under. No, he did not get it. Went off his glove, Bob, and that is going to be an error.
Well, that is a shock, to be sure. This was a routine fly ball, and he just muffed it. That's it.
I thought perhaps Richard Giannotti would call him off at the last moment, but obviously Sutton had that all the way and had it carry him off the end of his glove for a one-base error. And Kernels are actually pretty lucky, Bob, because Pennington didn't really bust it down to first base.
No, he didn't. And if he would have run hard and made the turn, he might have made it to second.
Right-handed hitting right fielder Luis Perez in there, and he takes a look at a slider in the dirt for ball one. Perez, a .318 hitter, 6 home runs, 30 RBIs. As Pennington, a former number 1 draft choice out of Texas A&M, on at first base to lead off the game, off the Colonel error by second baseman Nate Sutton. Runner not going, and a swing and a foul off to our right. You mentioned, Bob, in the pregame that if you're in the area, come on out. Good seats still remain, and don't let that overcast sky keep you away.
No, it's kept the temperature down to a very, very nice level here.
Certainly has.
Perfect night.
80 degrees as we
Little breeze.
Ball. Here's the line drive to center, right at Richard Giannotti. He'll drift back. He will make the grab. And there's one out with one on here in the top of the first inning for Javier Herrera. Herrera, 287, with a team-leading 13 home runs and 60 driven in. This guy's got some power. Not the biggest guy, though, in the world, Bob.
No, he isn't. Number 17 on the back of his uni, and he just barely fills that number out. So he gets some power. Apparently, it's all in the wrist.
Stands way on top of the plate, hits a one-hop shot down to third, bobbled down there by Rodriguez. Throw to first is late. Dug out, though, at first base by Freddy Sandoval. And we'll see what that will be scored. It was a hot shot.
Error.
Yep, I would think so, and it will be an error. Hot shot, one hopper, the one that probably Rodriguez should have handled.
Well, it was hit right at him, and consequently that he took a step back, and you've just got to charge that ball, no matter how tough it looks. And he let the ball play him, and it played him into an error.
Nick Green on the mound as the catcher Michael Collins going out to talk to the Colonel right-hander. Nick 1-2 on the year with an ERA of 3.86. League hitting .261 against Nick Green. 2 on, 1 out for the first baseman Eddie Kim, left-handed hitter, and a curve is in there for a strike. Pennington on at second, Herrera on at first. The Kernels have Drew Toussaint in left, Richard Giannotti in center, Jordan Renz in right. Rodriguez at third, a little different look in the infield tonight. Casilla goes to the bag and does not draw the throw from Nick Green, but Nick does step off the rubber.
Let's go over that for a minute, because you have a third baseman playing first, a shortstop second baseman playing third, and an in and outer playing second.
Pitch in the dirt, down low, and it's a ball and a strike with 1 out. Pennington on at second, Herrera on at first. And Rodriguez at third, Alexi Casilla, who had his long hitting streak snapped up in Appleton recently. Nate Sutton at second, Freddy Sandoval getting a start at first tonight. The pitch, slow curve, there's a strike. That one buckled Eddie Kim. He's got 10 home runs and 43 RBI for the Cougars. This is a big power hitting outfit for Kane County.
6'3", 265.
And he swings through an inside fastball and strikes out. Big strikeout that time, Bob, for Nick Green.
Certainly was. Nick can't sulk over the fact that the infield has made 2 errors here at the start of the game, and he's come back to get a fly ball and a strikeout, and now he faces a top draft choice.
Travis Buck will step in there, the DH. In 8 games, he's hit .355 so far. 21-year-old, 6'2", 205-pounder. And he was drafted in the June draft out of Arizona State. And he takes a look at an off-speed pitch on the outside corner for a strike. To Buck, left-handed hitter, straightaway stance. The pitch, outside for a ball.
Well, for Nick Green, he's got to figure the buck stops here.
Keep those 2 guys on base that reached on errors. Pennington on at second. He gets a look. Got an average lead there, and the pitch is fouled on and gone over to the left side and out of play. And count now 1 ball, 2 strikes to Travis Buck. Jose Pineda on deck for Kane County. Cougars have belted 98 home runs this year. That is second in the league. The 1-2. Strike 3 called on the inside corner by Jeff Lascola. Not sure Buck liked that call, Bob, but pretty good pitch.
And a pretty good getting out of trouble inning for Nick Green. None of it of his own making. It should have been 1, 2, 3 and out, but instead he had to face 5 batters, struck out 2 of them, and got the other on a fly ball in between a couple of miscues. So now the Kernels can settle down and come to bat.
For Kane County in the top of the first, no runs, no hits, 2 errors, they leave 2. And after a half inning, it's the Cougars nothing. Kernels coming to bat as you're listening to Cedar Rapids Kernels baseball right here in the zone.
Ahern Plumbing and Heating now offers all their services under one roof. Whether your house needs plumbing work, you're remodeling a kitchen, want to give your bathroom a facelift, or simply need a new air conditioner or furnace installed, Ahern can do it. And you can trust Ahern Plumbing and Heating's professional installation on every project, big or small. Call on the team that Eastern Iowans have trusted for nearly 40 years. The A-Team at Ahern Plumbing and Heating. Call 393-4872.
Ahern Plumbing and Heating.
Cedar Rapids' oldest wholesale greenhouse is also Cedar Rapids' newest full-service landscaping center. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has been serving Eastern Iowa wholesalers for 50 years at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road behind Guppy's on the Go. Along with their garden center and brand new floral shop, Cedar Rapids Greenhouses offers a full selection of landscaping products and services. If you're searching for the right beautification project, let the trained landscape designers at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses help you create a unique plan for your home improvement efforts. They will work within your budget and taste, and they do free estimates. If you want to do it yourself, walk through their expansive 4-acre in-town location and choose from a wide variety of trees, shrubs, or blooming plants. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has a full line of annuals, perennials, and a variety of magnolias, maples, and lilacs. For the highest quality and wholesale prices, see the difference at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses, Eastern Iowa's newest garden center, floral shop, and full-service landscapers. Corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Roads Northwest.
No scores. We head to the bottom of the first inning from Veterans Memorial Stadium. Scott Unash and Bob Brooks taking you through the first couple as the Kernels come into this one at the bottom. As far as the Western Division standings in the Midwest League is concerned, they're 8 behind Quad City. Right now, Kane County is in 3rd place. Wisconsin's in 2nd, but they've already made the playoffs, so you pretty much eliminate the Timber Rattlers. Right-hander out on the mound, and the first pitch by Evans to Alexi Casilla is taken at the knees for a strike. Alexi, 320 hitter, 3 home runs, 16 RBIs. Tony Evans delivers, and a chopper foul that hit off the instep of Casilla. And Alexi Bob saw his 22-game hitting streak come to an end up in Appleton on August the 6th when he went 0 for 3.
Well, those things don't go on forever. Only in the lifetime of Joe DiMaggio did it go on forever. But Alexei has had a prospect's tag put on him. So that's about as good as you can get in the Midwest League for the Kernels. They have to list this guy as a prospect.
And he's probably the MVP of this team right now. In there from the left side, and he swings and misses at a high heater. And he's out number 1. So Tony Evans, boy, this young man, interesting case study, Bob. Former Sioux City Explorer, and that, of course, in the Independent League. And was signed by the Cardinal organization at the beginning of the year. However, he was released, went back to Sioux City. He was 3-2 with a very fine 2.42 ERA in 26 innings, and the A's gave him a chance, and he's done very, very well so far with a 5-3 record and an ERA of 3.
And he has those white shoes that make that footwork look pretty good out there.
Trademark and a staple of the A's organization. As ball one is upstairs to Michael Collins, the Aussie.
Give him an orange baseball and he'd be all set.
And if there's a donkey on the field somewhere, we'd have Charlie Finley's dream. Here's a high drive to left. Forget about it. Home run, Michael Collins. As he golfs it out of here, took a low fastball and drilled it over the Randy Keel Confidence Pavilion. just like that. 7th home run for Collins, and the Kernels take a quick 1-0 lead.
That's his 7th home run of the year and 53rd run driven in. And as we were going down the starting lineup, talking about the players who had impressed, Michael Collins has been one of those.
Boy, that one took about 2.3 seconds to get out of here.
The crack of the bat told you what was going to happen.
Freddy Sandoval steps in. 2 home runs, 53 RBIs, 288 hitter. He'll bunt it, and he bunts it foul. As the catcher comes up with it, Raul Pedron. So 1-0 Kernels. Just as we were singing the praises of the starter, Tony Evans. And he's made the long, circuitous route from the Independent League up here to Class A ball with the Oakland A's organization. And that's a good league of baseball up there.
Well, Michael Collins is a A-plus hitter. So the only thing Michael Collins has to do to advance a little bit further is to hone his skills on defense.
Yep, and he's working on that every day. The 0-2 pitch coming up to Freddie. Down low, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. They play in the Northern League, the Sioux City Explorers. They're called the X's up in northwest Iowa and the Siouxland area. And they've got a great fan following up there. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. Slow curve got Freddie. Second strikeout of the inning, sandwiched around the Collins solo home run. And Drew Toussaint, the cleanup man, the left fielder, at 272, 17 dingers, 57 RBIs, will step in.
Getting back to Tony Evans and the pitch that he threw to Collins, he has a nice curve and changeup, but he gave Collins a sweet fastball right in the wheelhouse.
Right at the knees. Fastball taken for a strike at the knees. That one had the outside corner taken care of right there to Drew Toussaint. Slightly open stance for the right-handed hitter. Where's number 16 on the back of his home white uniform. Kernels in the home white. Here's a ground ball, a chopper to third. Leslie has it. Long throw across the diamond to get Toussaint. And that will do it for the Kernels here in the bottom of the first inning. But they get on the board and take the lead. 1 run, 1 hit. A solo home run, his 7th of the year for Michael Collins. No errors and nobody left on base. After 1, it's the Kernels 1 and Kane County nothing. And you're listening to Kernel Baseball right here in the zone.
You've heard the term paperwork blizzard. Well, at times we're snowed under by the volume of paper materials we use in our homes. That includes everything from newspapers and magazines to cereal and tissue boxes. The list goes on and on. Your friends at Solid Waste and Recycling remind you most of these paper products can be recycled. So instead of throwing them in the trash, put them in your blue recycling box for curbside collection. Then you'll be doing your part to reduce waste and save landfill space.
Have you heard the great news? Mediacom has stepped to the plate to give girls and boys the chance to do cool stuff with the Kernels and at the stadium. As a member of the Mediacom Little Sluggers, you'll get to have an autograph session with the Kernels, take a tour of the stadium, watch a movie from the outfield grass, take batting practice with the Kernels, and participate in a story time with the players. Join the fun of the Mediacom Little Sluggers by registering online at Kernels.com. That's Kernels.com.
There's a reason Dick Ramsey is the #1 home seller for the #1 real estate company, Skogman Realty. It's because Dick Ramsey works harder for you than anyone to make selling your home easy for you. Take Dick's one-of-a-kind home trade program. Buy one of Dick Ramsey's homes and Dick will buy yours. Dick Ramsey provides 2 other unparalleled services: a free 1-hour telephone loan approval and a free 1-hour telephone appraisal on your property. Dick Ramsey of Skogman Realty, the #1 home seller for the #1 real estate company.
Scott Nash, Bob Brooks back with you as we head to the top of the second inning. 1-0, Kernels lead it. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 coming up for Kane County. Jose Pineda, Myron Leslie, and Raul Pedron to face big Nick Green, the Kernel right-hander, and he delivers a strike to Jose Pineda. 3 home runs, 34 RBIs, a .263 hitter, and he gets one inside, backs the batter off the plate. In there from the right side, a 6'2", 175-pound Dominican player. The 1-1 swung on and nubbed up the first base line. It's a fair ball. Sandoval gets that spinner and steps on the bag for the out.
That was a cue ball hit. That one spun left, spun right, dug a little divot, and rolled to Sandoval at first.
Those are actually, for infielders, Bob, their worst nightmare.
Yes, they are.
Because, like you mentioned, there's, as they say, all kinds of English
spin
on it.
going on.
Willie Mosconi would have enjoyed that one. Here's Myron Leslie, the third baseman. Kane County is a team hitting .263 Cliff. That's sixth best in the league. Leslie hitting .281, and Green slips as he delivers. And it's ball one, and Nick actually pretty fortunate, Bob, he didn't hurt himself.
Yes, that could be one of those famous groin pulls off the mound, but Nick is okay. It's interesting that the Farm Club of the Angels and the Farm Club of the Oakland A's are meeting when the A's and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim are playing a crucial series. And today it was Oakland winning 5-4.
The 1-1 pitch, lifted in the air to center field, hit pretty well. Richard Giannotti going back. He's got a beat on it, puts it away. In straightaway center field for the second out. And yeah, Oakland is now a one-game leader in the American League West. And unfortunately for the Angels, our good friend Scott Shields suffered the loss again for the second straight day.
But the pitching was good. In a 5-4 ball game, you're not getting a badly pitched game.
No. A's came back to win that one, and the A's took 2 out of 3 in that particular series. Raul Padron, the catcher, takes a look at a pitch down low for ball one. 4 home runs, 51 RBIs, a .271 hitter for Padron. Open stance on the left side, and he swings and skies one on the infield. Actually, Sutton going back to short right. He'll have a chance to redeem himself, and he does.
He got that one.
He sure did.
Yep, as the pro used to say, keep your eye on the ball.
Sometimes that doesn't help either, but it did in this situation. So Kane County goes down 1-2-3 in the top half of inning number 2. And as we head to the bottom of the second, it's the Kernels on top, 1-0 over Kane County. You're listening to Kernel Baseball here in the Zone.
With 167 horsepower, the new BMW K1200R is the world's fastest naked bike. This means that after one scorching, adrenaline-fueled ride, you'll be so amped up that you'll need something to help you come back down. Try listening to this, and good luck. This peaceful, rather insipid music is specifically designed to lower extreme levels of excitement caused by riding the K1200R. There, that should be enough. You should be back to an unexcited, unaroused, completely blasé state of utter normalcy now.
See the incredible new K1200R, the world's fastest naked bike, at Gina's BMW Motorcycles in Iowa City. The ride is on.
When it comes to life insurance, think ahead. Think about planning for your family's future with Farm Bureau Financial Services. Rocky Damiano and Marion can help you determine what coverage is right for you and your family. When so much in life is beyond your control, aren't you glad that life insurance isn't? For your family's future, think about life insurance from Rocky Damiano and Marion. Farm Bureau Financial Services, more than you think. Farm Bureau Financial Life Insurance Company, West Des Moines, Iowa.
Bottom of the second inning we go, 1-0. Kernels leading on a solo home run by Michael Collins. Josh LeBlanc, Jordan Rems, Nate Sutton, 5, 6, and 7 coming up to face the right-hander, Tony Evans. And Bob, you mentioned the Angels and the A's going at it today as things really start to heat up in that American League West. And we're officially in the dog days of summer for baseball right now.
This is the crucial time for a lot of teams because the atrophy of the season sets in. The tempers get short, and the slumps become important.
Although the Cubs broke their slump today.
Oh, yes, they did. Big time. 11-4 over the St. Louis Cardinals.
Here's a bunt attempt, popped in the air, and the pitcher catches it on one hop, and not in time on the throw to first. Josh LeBlanc with a bunt single. That one got down very quickly, Bob. Ricocheted up in the air. Had a lot of loft on it. And by the time Evans corralled it and threw to first, he had no shot to get Josh LeBlanc.
Well, the Evans come in there because Evans, being a right-handed pitcher, he had to whirl and throw. A better option would have been Leslie coming in, picking up the ball with a good arm and throwing as he was moving forward.
Jordan Wren's in there, swings and misses, the big right fielder. 7 home runs and 39 RBIs, hitting 193. And he's in the hole 0-1. So a bunt single for Josh LeBlanc. And Wren's trying to get things going right here. The big guy from Scottsdale, Arizona. Time called. Our umpiring crew tonight. Behind the plate, Jeff Lascola and Joe Dobo is in the field.
I think they've spent the entire season here.
They may have. They've got a room at the Cooper's Mill. And Evans takes a long time, now steps off the
down there with a little chickadee at the same Cooper's Mill. That's a little interesting note, too. The umpires stay at the same hotel as the visiting team.
Here's a snap throw to first. LeBlanc back in there.
That is something you would never see in the major league.
No, you would not. The umpires are sequestered somewhere, other than where the visiting team is located, that's for sure. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jordan Wren. Evans from the high set, runner not going, pitch in the dirt, gets away from the catcher Padron, on his way to second, and sliding in safely is Josh LeBlanc. And we'll see what Rod Schulte will call on that one. It'll be a wild pitch or a pass ball. Ball was in the dirt, so I'm going to put down wild pitch, Bob, until I'm told otherwise.
John Rogers gives you the okay.
All right, John gave me the high sign. Very good.
We have 5 people up here to dissect that play.
Pitch again in the dirt, a curveball, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike to Jordan Wren with LeBlanc on at second. Kernels up 1-0 here in the early going. Bottom of the second inning.
Just for the sake of argument, I would have given him a pass ball.
Okay. Well, you like to do that, though. Play devil's advocate on that one. Short lead at second by LeBlanc. Wren's had the green light on 3-1, and he skies one foul down the right side over the Papa John's Terrace, and it's now 3 balls, 2 strikes.
You want to know why?
Why is that?
Well, he had caught the ball, and he didn't hold it.
You make a good point.
He let it get away from him. It wasn't the pitcher's throw that got away from him.
All right. We'll let Rod decide.
Well, no, it's
the payoff delivery from Evans. Strike 3 call, delayed call that time by the home plate umpire Jeff Lascola. It was at the letters, Bob. Probably was a strike, but
looked like a good pitch from up here.
I thought so. So, 1 out, 1 on for Nate Sutton. Nate playing second base tonight. .227 batter, 1 home run, and 16 RBIs. Nate's birthday's coming up around the corner. September 1st. As he takes a look at a off-speed pitch up high from Tony Evans. He'll be 23 on September the 1st, the Thursday night. LeBlanc a short lead at second. Outfield swung around to the left. Fairly deep is Pineda in left field. Look to second, curveball low and in. Evans doesn't throw very hard at all, Bob, but he hits spot. He'll come back to that fastball.
Change-up.
Yep.
The slow curve and the change-up.
2-0. Looks to second, delivers, and a grounder foul. Beyond first base, wide of the bag. And it's 2 balls, 1 strike. Kernels being pretty aggressive tonight, I think, Bob. Saw Wren swing at a 3-1 pitch. And that time, Nate Sutton got the green light on a 2-0 pitch.
Well, they certainly don't have anything to hold back.
Hey, it's now or never, like you said in the pregame with John. If a run is going to be made to try to get into the postseason, it's going to have to be done during this 8-game homestand. Because the rest of the year, basically on the road. There's a curve down low. And it's now 3-1 to Nate Sutton with Sean Rodriguez on deck.
Yes, and the Kernels are 21-37 on the road.
Which is not good. The 3-1 in the dirt for ball 4. Blocked nicely by Padron. So, first and second for the Kernels. That's the first walk given up by Tony Evans. And Sean Rodriguez steps in. Sean at third base tonight. .250 the batting average, 8 home runs and 29 RBIs. Same two teams go at it tomorrow night. And that'll be a 6:40 start. Races to follow tomorrow night. And Saturday night, fireworks. Sunday, afternoon game. And then the team with the longest name in minor league baseball comes in. 2 on, 1 out. 1-0 Kernels, bottom of the second. Delivery way outside and high for ball 1. Difference between these two pitchers, Bob. Nick Green is getting ahead for the Kernels, and Tony Evans for Kane County is falling behind.
Well, this is a great opportunity for the Kernels to get a bunch here. Already leading 1-0 and facing Evans here, who is a little shaky.
And Evans takes too much time. Umpire behind the plate, Jeff Lascola, calls time. Wind tonight, blowing out a little bit to left center field. Did not really help Michael Collins' ball. That would have been out in a hurricane. Swing and a miss by Rodriguez as he was going for the downs that time.
85-mile-an-hour slider by Tony Evans.
Evans, so far this year, 5-3 with an ERA right at 3. 11th start of the year for Evans after being signed out of Sioux City. Here's the pitch outside, quick throw to second base, and LeBlanc gets back in. And, well, they called that a strike. Looked to be outside, delayed call again by Jeff Lascola, but that makes the count 1-2. See what Bobby Magallanes, coaching third, does right here. Runner at first not being held on by Kim at first base. With 1 out, the 1-2 is swung on and fouled to our right. That'll rattle the cage and fall on down.
Scott, if that ball would have come up here, John Rogers would have jumped on your back
to get that ball. We are getting closer, you know.
Well, he's made the muff of the year, you know.
I heard.
I'm sure you did.
I heard all about it. No film on it, though.
No film.
Not that we know of.
No film at 9-on-9.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch swung on and lifted high in the air. Short right center. Perez coming over. He'll give way to the center fielder. Herrera will make the grab, and the runners will hold. So 2 outs, 2 on for the G-Man, Richard Giannotti. Get the start tonight, center field. 232 hitter for Richard. As Giannotti in there from the left side. See if Bobby gets something going here. Maybe get the runners in motion a little bit. Just to try something a little different. Kernels lead at 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Sutton on at first. Ahead of him at second is Josh LeBlanc, who got this inning started with a bunt single. Outfield, playing Giannotti the other way. Here's the first pitch, and over but low for a ball. And catcher Padron will go out and talk to Tony Evans now.
Scott, you follow the high school so superbly. Chris Tridle was with this ball club, but he got moved because of hitting problems. He couldn't get that average up to 200, but now by being moved to well, it wasn't a sideways move, but he now has started to get it up around 254 up in there. So, Chris, they're still giving him a shot.
That's right. Curveball, inside corner for a strike. Yeah, and it's awful tough, but so much of this game is confidence. And the more confidence you have, the better you're going to perform. No doubt about that. LeBlanc at second, Sutton on at first. 2 out, 2 on, the 1-1 is swung on and golf foul the other way. And Giannotti in the hole, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I believe he was sent to Vancouver.
I believe you're right. Beautiful place to go.
You can't beat it out there.
You can't beat Vancouver.
For the scenery.
One of the gems of North America, certainly the Northwest. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kernels lead at 1-0. And the delivery swung on and hit high in the air to center field. Herrera moving back 3 steps, down to his right a couple, and one-hands it for the final out of the second inning. Kernels get pair on with 1 out, but could not move them. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base.
Pretty good pitching performance by Evans.
Oh, definitely. Julia will join Bob coming up in the third after 2 complete. It's Cedar Rapids 1, Kane County nothing, and you're listening to Colonel Baseball here in the Zone.
As a parent, have you ever experienced the frustration of watching your child struggle at school because of poor study habits? Did your child's grades suffer last year because of poor organization? Do you wish your child would be more motivated at school to realize his or her true potential? If the answer to any of these questions was yes, then Educare Learning Centers has a proven study skills program just for your child. Educare's Study Skills program has helped hundreds of area students gain the study skill tools necessary to turn grades around. So if learning how to study needs to be your child's first lesson this year, give Educare a call. Classes begin Monday, August 8th and Monday, August 15th, just in time for school this fall. Space is limited. Call Educare of Cedar Rapids today at 832-1965 and get this year started right. That's Educare of Cedar Rapids, 832-1965. Educare is fully accredited by the North Central Association of Colleges and Schools.
Musicians, for the best gear and the best deals, there is only one choice. With over 100 stores nationwide, Guitar Center has the largest selection of musical instruments and equipment at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Guitars, amps and effects, keyboards, software, recording, pro audio, drums and percussion, DJ and lighting. And get this, not only the best deals, check GuitarCenter.com for local store product seminars, artist clinics, and enter to win contests. Guitar Center, the musician's choice. The best gear, the best deals.
We head into the top of the third inning here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. And the first pitch to Cliff Pennington is strike 1. He fouls it down the third base line. Bounces off the wall down there, and Drew Toussaint throws it into the Confidence Pavilion.
Julia, this is Petit batting, I do believe.
Oh, excuse me, that's right. Thank you, Bob.
You're welcome. When you've been fishing that long, why, it takes time to get back into this.
I've been relaxed for too much, I think. That's right.
Well, that's good.
Bottom of the order for the Cougars, Gregorio Petit. He fouls another one off, so an 0-2 count. Cliff Pennington is on the on-deck circle, top of the order for the Cougars. Kernels lead the game 1-0. We're in the top of the third. Nick Green is on the mound for the Kernels. He's held the Cougars to no runs and no hits. And there is a smash right to Nate Sutton, who flips over to Freddy Sandoval at first today for the first out, 4-3 play. And now Cliff Pennington will come up to bat. He reached on an error in the very first inning and didn't do anything with that error. Ended on second because Nick Green got out of the first inning. There are some dark-looking clouds coming over the third base side. I hope that stays north of us.
Well, the weather forecaster said we've got till 9 o'clock, so we'll see.
All right, we'll see how good that is. Pennington takes an 0-1 pitch and lifts it high into center field, and Giannotti is over there to make the catch. 2 gone here quickly for the Cougars in the top of the third. And that will bring Luis Perez, the right fielder, up to bat. He's hitting .318, has 6 home runs, 30 RBIs, 8 doubles, and 1 triple. Lined out in the first inning.
Groups in the stands tonight. St. Paul's United Methodist Church is here. Antioch Christian Church, Mennonite, Starmont School. Welcome them all.
First pitch to Perez is a little low for ball 1, and Nick Green with a quick delivery has already got the second pitch in there for strike 1. So a 1-1 count to Luis Perez. 2 out here in the top of the third. Perez gets a piece of one and fouls it down to the Papa John's Plaza. So we'll do it again with a 1-2 count. Javier Herrera is in the on-deck circle. And the right-handed batter, Luis Perez, swings and misses for strike 3. And that retires the Cougars here in the top of the third inning. 3 up and 3 down for Nick Green.
88-mile-an-hour slider got him out of there, and Green struck out 2 in the first and gets his third strikeout here in the third.
So there were no runs and no hits and no errors. Nick Green is looking good. We'll move to the bottom of the third. Kernels still lead the Cougars 1-0. You're enjoying Kernel baseball here in the zone.
I'm Dave Shea. For 35 years, I was a news anchor for Channel 2. You may also have seen me driving around Cedar Rapids in my Honda Accord. Well, I retired from broadcasting, but I haven't given up my Honda. For years, I've told friends they should consider owning a Honda, specifically from Randy Keel Honda. Randy is a local dealer with 13 years of experience in matching drivers to the right vehicle. He has a fine selection of new Hondas, as well as quality pre-owned vehicles. And more than just a reliable service department, Randy Keel Honda offers Confidence, a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty on every new vehicle sold. You can take my word for it, but you may also want to talk with other Honda owners. They're people you know, your friends, your neighbors, maybe even your relatives. And you can do more homework by logging on to Randy's website at www.randykeel.com. I'm a satisfied Honda owner, and I'm sure you will be too. See Randy Keel Honda today on Centerpoint Road Northeast.
Millions of miles, thousands of TV appearances, hundreds of baseball games, 80 years of history, and a fleet of Goodyear blimps all add up to one big celebration. The Goodyear Blimp Birthday Celebration, with sky-high savings on some of Goodyear's most popular tires. Plus, get up to an $80 rebate on a qualifying purchase. Offers end August 27th. Call 1-800-GOODYEAR for complete details and the participating retailer nearest you. Goodyear. For 80 years, it's been the name everyone looks up to. Mail-in rebate offer subject to credit approval. Restrictions apply.
Alexi Casilla will lead it off for the Kernels in the bottom of the third inning. The Kernels lead the Kane County Cougars 1-0. Top of the order, Casilla has struck out in the first inning and now faces Tony Evans on the mound. Shows a bunt that takes a strike 1, or ball 1. They went down to the first baseman's ruling for that call. He called it safe.
Julia, I was a little concerned about these 2 pictures of your fishing trip. Ooh.
Close pitch inside to Casilla, high, ball 2.
But the third picture told the story. There is a big-sized bass.
There we are up in the Boundary Waters, just north of Minnesota, and we go to a place called Lost Lake where you have to portage your canoe in about a quarter of a mile, and I believe we're the only ones that ever go fishing there because it's a very rough time portaging a canoe through there.
I'll bet.
But it's worth it because you get bass about that size. There's ball 4 to Alexi Casilla. 4 straight pitches puts Alexi on. So that, Bob was looking at a picture. I had my biggest catch. I told I'd get a big one for him, and I was about, I'd say 6 or 7 pounds for a smallmouth bass, which is, I don't think they can get much bigger than that.
I wouldn't think so.
But they're fun fish to catch. They fight really good. They break the water, and even a little one, still, you'll think you have a big one on until you pull it out. now with Alexi Casilla on first. Michael Collins comes to the plate. He had a home run in the first inning. He popped his 7th one out of here over the left field wall. And he watches ball 1 come by.
Tony Evans has walked his second batter of the night.
Michael Collins is taking his time at the plate, getting ready for the pitch. They call time now because Tony Evans wasn't making any move to start his pitch. 1-0 count to Michael Collins. Alexi Casilla is on first. There's no outs here in the bottom of the third. Kernels lead the Cougars 1-0. Alexi goes. The runner is going to be a close play at second. He is safe. He got in right underneath the tag. Great stolen base by Alexi Casilla, which is why he's tied for third in the league in steal.
That's his 38th stolen base.
He's a quick one.
And he's only been caught 9 times.
So Michael Collins has a 2-ball, no-strike count. Alexi is now on second. On deck is Freddy Sandoval. And after him, Drew Toussaint. Now the 2-0 pitch from Tony Evans is looked at for ball 3, low. It's been 7 straight balls.
We have birthdays in the house tonight. A lot of birthday cakes being transported around.
Yeah, 3 Dairy Queen ice cream cakes went out of the tunnel behind home plate out to the birthday parties. Fans disagree with the strike 1 call, but 3 balls and 1 strike now to Michael Collins. No outs here in the bottom of the third. Evans sets and delivers. Ball 4 outside. That was his second and third walk of the evening to the 2 leadoff hitters for the Kernels in the bottom of the third.
Well, as we said in the second inning, this is a great opportunity, and it's presented itself again as the pitching coach comes out for Kane County. That'd be Garvin Alston. You think he's going to bunt? Why not?
Seen him practicing his bunting before the game today.
This would be a good time to bring you up to date on the baseball scores of the afternoon with the State Farm Insurance Scoreboard with Al Shedler, Dale Thompson, along with Gary Schubat and Lanny Peterson, always presenting the baseball Major League Scoreboard here tonight in the American League. Toronto 2, Detroit 1. And as we indicated, Oakland defeated the LA Angels 5-4. Winning 2 games in the series. And the Cubs were awakened because it was the St. Louis Cardinals on the other side of the diamond. And the Cubs ended an 8-game losing streak, defeating St. Louis 11-4. Pittsburgh romped over Colorado 11-3, and San Diego whipped the Mets 2-1. Bad collision at the San Diego Mets game. Attempted bunt. Didn't get it. Foul ball.
Predicted right, though. They bunt attempt with runners at first and second. Both Alexi Casilla and Michael Collins have reached on walks. The Kernels now have 2 men on board with no outs here in the bottom of the third. Freddy Sandoval has an 0-1 count. And the stretch from Evans is ball. They might have Alexi Casilla cut off. Oh, that was close, though. He got stuck between second and third base. The catcher, Raul Padron, made a good throw down to second base, but Alexi again slid underneath the tag and just barely made it back in. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Looks like a few sprinkles are starting to fall here at the ballpark. A few people brought umbrellas, which was a smart idea. And there's the bunt, laid down successfully. Third baseman fields the ball, and Freddy Sandoval did his job. He advances the runners Alexi Casilla to third and Michael Collins to second. That was a sacrifice bunt for Freddy Sandoval. He was retired with a 5-3 throw.
And a good play made by Myron Leslie, too. He got rid of that in a hurry. Now there's a chance for Toussaint to pick up a couple of RBIs.
Toussaint already has 57 RBIs, but he might be able to break the 60 mark here at his homestand. That Myron Leslie at third base is a very large-looking man. We were watching him during batting practice. He has a shaved head, and he didn't have the shaved head. His son next to him had the shaved head, but him and another guy on the team were very, very large. They looked almost too big for baseball, if you want to think of it that way. More like linemen.
Well, there was a foreign piece of material apparently on the field that the plate umpire has picked up and taken back to Joppy, skipper of Kane County.
Drew Toussaint is waiting.
That was a piece of the catcher's equipment.
Wow, something broke?
Something broke. Apparently one of the buckles.
He's playing some organ music now.
So a new chest protector, and he's back in there.
So finally now Drew Toussaint will step in with one out here in the bottom of the third. Kernels have runners at second and third and one out. And Toussaint, which is the first pitch, go by for strike one. No balls and one strike to Drew Toussaint.
272. Good hitter.
There's ball low inside. 80-mile-per-hour pitch. Missed its mark, so a 1-1 count to Toussaint.
Pre-game picnics tonight. Klinger Paints, Wabtec, General Mills. Hope they had a good time. Sure they did.
The 1-1 pitch just catches the outside corner. 86-mile-per-hour fastball. Josh LeBlanc is in the on-deck circle. Kernels have had some success here at the beginning of the third inning with walks from Tony Evans, the pitcher for the Cougars. And a swing and a miss for strike three to Drew Toussaint.
High sweeping curveball. Looked too good to not swing at, and Toussaint swung but never made contact.
So two gone for the Kernels here in the bottom of the third. That'll bring Josh LeBlanc to the plate. He's a designated hitter tonight. He had a bunt single in the second and advanced on a wild pitch. And the first pitch to Josh LeBlanc is a little outside for ball one. There's something funny about Tony Evans' delivery that I can't figure out. Maybe I haven't seen enough baseball in my lifetime, but he does something funny at the end of it with his right leg. Have you noticed anything?
Well, I think everything he does is accentuated by those white shoes.
Is that what it is?
He kind of flips his foot when he gets up there.
Josh LeBlanc fouls the ball back, so he has a 1-ball-and-1-strike count. Two gone here in the bottom of the third. Kernels lead the Cougars 1-0. They have runners at second and third. And the pitch just in there for strike two.
73-mile-an-hour slow curveball. See if LeBlanc can time one of those.
Now it's ball two upstairs. So deuce is wild now on the board for Josh LeBlanc. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Blanc is hitting .282. And there's ball 3, another one upstairs.
Nice crowd on the mezzanine tonight from Technosaurus. Then in the pavilion area tonight, Aegon, of course, is well represented tonight. Terry Luckridge and Dunn, and Western Fraternal Life, all out in the pavilion.
There's ball 4, issued to Josh LeBlanc for the third walk of the inning for Tony Evans. So that loads the bases for the Kernels, and Jordan Renz will come to bat to see if he can get a few RBIs here with 2 out in the bottom of the third. Jordan struck out in the second inning, hitting .193, his 7 home runs, 39 RBIs, 7 doubles, and no triples. First pitch to Jordan is ball inside, up around his neck.
Another thing Tony Evans does, Julie, if you watch there, when he throws the ball, as he follows through, he does a little hop.
I think the hop is what At the same time, he's kicking his right leg out to the side. There's a swing and a foul tip from Jordan Renz, so he evens his count at 1 apiece. The Kernels have the bases loaded here in the bottom of the third. Good chance to score and get a bigger lead than just a slim 1-run lead over the Cougars. Tony Evans has walked all 3 Kernels that are now on base, and Jordan swings and misses for strike 2.
That was an 86-mile-an-hour fastball. Finally gave him a fastball.
Just about top of the hour here, we'd like to remind you that you're listening to Bob Brooks. I'm Julia Jansen here on Kernels Baseball on ESPN The Zone, KCRG, and there's swing and a miss, strike 3 to Jordan Renz that will end the inning, and Tony Evans gets out of a big jam. He put 3 men aboard on walks, but the Kernels don't do anything bad with that because they leave the men aboard as strike 3 goes to Jordan Renz. There were no runs, no hits either, 3 walks, as we mentioned, no errors. The Kernels leave 3 men aboard. They've stranded 5 here in the game.
And they missed out on a grand opportunity.
The Kernels still lead the Kane County Cougars 1-0. We'll be back with the 4th inning. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball here in the Zone.
As a parent, have you ever experienced the frustration of watching your child struggle at school because of poor study habits? Did your child's grades suffer last year because of poor organization? Do you wish your child would be more motivated at school to realize his or her true potential? If the answer to any of these questions was yes, then Educare Learning Centers has a proven study skills program just for your child. Educare's Study Skills program has helped hundreds of area students gain the study skill tools necessary to turn grades around. So if learning how to study needs to be your child's first lesson this year, give Educare a call. Classes begin Monday, August 8th and Monday, August 15th, just in time for school this fall. Space is limited. Call Educare of Cedar Rapids today at 832-1965 and get this year started right. That's Educare of Cedar Rapids, 832-1965. Educare is fully accredited by the North Central Association of Colleges and Schools.
When we met, it's forget we would never forget the Ojanos. Now it's where mi amore and I dine in. We carry out the lunch, the dinner all the time for lasagna, ravioli, mandacati, cannelloni, tortellini, or try their delicious salads and soft sandwiches too. The Ojanos is the hometown taste of Italy. For your next meal with friends and a family, remember the Ojanos with 5 convenient locations for the pasta that makes you sing.
Well, through 3 innings, 1-0 Kernels. The Kernels have had great scoring chances, and in fact, in the last half inning, had runners at second and third, 1 out, but Tony Evans struck out Toussaint, then walked the bases full, then struck out Renz. On the other side of the coin, Nick Green has been brilliant. He drops the curveball into Javier Herrera. Heart of the order for Kane County, top of the 4th inning, and a swing and a miss by Herrera. John Rogers with you, and welcome to Phil Andrews, a long-time, loyal, generous supporter of Kernel Baseball. Phil runs his own insurance agency with partner Tanya Sedlock. She'll be joining us in the 5th inning. And, Phil, your take on tonight's action, I think it's a playoff atmosphere.
Yes, it's very exciting. We've definitely had the opportunities to score here tonight.
Now the 0-2 is low and away. Just hasn't, as our friend Mike Fox from Pekin Insurance said, you need to at least put the ball in play when you have those scoring chances.
Right. If you have runners on base, you got to give yourself the opportunity to score.
Swing and a miss. Javier Herrera fans, one gone here in the fourth inning. Phil, this game is not official yet, and a few, and I emphasize a few, drops of rain are falling.
Right. As long as we're staying ahead, though, that's fine.
That's right. Now the batter, Eddie Kim. This fellow listed at 6'3", 265. He played last year, a full season with Kane County, and they're counting on him, are the Oakland A's, to provide power. I don't know how they have a batting helmet big enough to fit him. Phil, he's a big guy everywhere.
Yes, he is.
And he would look very good in an Oakland Raider football uniform. He cracks one past first. Diving stop by Sandoval. Feeds Nick Green, and Eddie Kim is out on an outstanding, sparkling play. Oh, Phil, 30 feet behind first base, almost where the dirt meets the grass. Sandoval took a double away from Eddie Kim.
You know, he didn't even have to swing very hard to take it down the line that fast. It was moving down there like it had eyes.
It did, and Sandoval made a beautiful play. He was guarding the line, and Freddy then led Nick Green perfectly. Eddie Kim does not run well, and he was out by a goodly margin. Now Travis Buck loops it into shallow left. The G-Man is there, and Richard has it. Well, goodness, Phil Andrews, I think that the Kernels might have gotten a report about some impending rain, and they want to take this game through 5 innings, so it's official.
They want to make a complete game, or an official game out of it. Yes, they are.
Phil, we've just scratched the surface. When we get back for the bottom of the fourth, we'll talk a little bit about what you've been up to this summer and what your association is, your love of this ballpark and baseball. I know this, you have been a staunch ally of the Kernels, and we want to hear a little bit about what you've been up to. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning after Kane County's retired in order. By the way, and this is a big by the way, that is now 12 in a row set down by Nick Green. He has not given up a hit in 4 innings, pitched around 2 errors in the first. After 3.5, Kernels lead Kane County 1-0, and this is Kernel Baseball in the zone.
There's a toll-free way you can call the KCRG TV9 News team with your news tips. Just dial 365-9999. 365-9999. It's News Line 9, and it's your direct line to the TV9 newsroom. Call us with breaking news, interesting story ideas, weather information, or sports score. When you see news happen anywhere in eastern Iowa, remember this number, 365-9999. News Line 9. It makes you a part of the KCRG TV9 News team.
Race fans want the inside scoop on what's going on in the world of IMCA racing? Listen each Saturday morning at 8 a.m. for In the Pit from the IMCA Motorsports Radio Network. John and Jr. take you around the Midwest and the country with the latest news, results, and interviews with the nation's top drivers.
Hi, I'm Doug Thompson of the IMCA Motorsports Radio Network. I hope you get a chance to catch John and Jr. and In the Pit every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. from KCRG 1600 AM, The Zone from Cedar Rapids.
The incredible 2005 racing season at Cedar Rapids Hawkeye Down Speedway is in the home stretch. Just 3 Papa John's Cup High Wireless Championship Friday nights are led. This Friday night it's Line X night, and all 6 championship divisions will be in action. Plus a special performance by the Cedar Rapids Spirit. With just 3 weeks to go, the battles for the championships are red hot. 42 different drivers have won features this season. Are there more new winners on the way? Find out this Friday night at Cedar Rapids Hawkeye Down Speedway.
Go to the bottom of the fourth inning, 1-0 Kernels. Nick Green pitched around a couple of errors in the Kane County first, and now is set down 11 in a row. I think I said 12, 11 in a row. And for the Kernels in the bottom of the fourth, Nate Sutton. He drew a walk his first time up. Nate's hitting .227, number 7 hitter in the Allen Motor Company order. And he bunts. This is going to be a foul ball, as the third baseman made a very good piece of split-second decision-making, Phil. It was fair, but once it hit the well, and I define the well as the dirt base path, it spun foul.
He was tempted to try to pick it up and field it, though.
Had he done that, Sutton would beat it out, I think.
Yes, he would have. I'm sure he would have.
Being a left-handed hitter.
He might have had a little help on his other players out there telling him to let it go.
That's a good point. Could have been the shortstop behind Myron Leslie. Cliff Pennington could have been the Kane County dugout. 0-1 to Nate Sutton. Tony Evans, the right-hander. An off-speed pitch is lofted into right center. Luis Perez is gliding over way into right center, and Luis has it for the first out of the Colonel fourth inning. Phil Andrews, Pekin Insurance Agent, Andrews Weidenhammer Insurance, and Phil, earlier this summer, you made a wonderful tradition. All of us like to honor, recognize, and thank our clients. In the insurance business, it's of the most importance because there are a lot of choices out there. Describe to our listeners what you did for your clients this earlier in July.
Well, what we've done, this is the third year actually, we have a fan appreciation or client appreciation day, and we rent a pavilion and for the clients to come and watch one of the ball games.
And it seems like it's gone over well.
Oh, very well. Everyone there really enjoys it. We've been at the Miller Mezzanine Terrace, and then we've also been out to Randy Keel Confidence Pavilion, and both of them are very, very good.
Well, I'll tell you what, and this is, I know some of your clients are tuned in this evening, for you to extend that type of entertainment experience to them, I know that it really solidifies your relationship with them, and we're so glad, Phil, that you choose our venue as Sean Rodriguez takes the strike and now slices the 0-1 pitch foul up onto the Miller Mezzanine Terrace. Phil Andrews is with us from Weidenhammer Andrews, Andrews Weidenhammer Insurance. They're on South Court, just off of 33rd Avenue. I visit there a couple of times a year, sometimes to say hello, sometimes to get caught up on my premium. Here's a bouncer to second, and Gregorio Petit throws out Sean. Sean hit that off the trademark and bounced it to the second baseman, 2 away. Phil, your love of baseball isn't limited to this wonderful facility. You and I are both big Cardinal fans.
Oh, yes. I just love the Cardinals. I grew up as a kid appreciating the Cardinals and try to get down there at least one game every year.
What do you got for this year, the last year of Bush?
Yeah, it's...
when are you going?
It's going to be one of the last games.
Oh, man.
I've got next week going to fishing for Canada for a week, and then after that, when we get back, I'll be working in and taking a long weekend for a game. So,
brother, what a historic time. Less than 25 games left at Busch Stadium. Strike one is into Giannotti. Now a changeup, a slip pitch from Tony Evans, and Richard was out in front. He's in the hole 0-2. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning, and the Kernels are clinging, and I mean that, 1-0 over Kane County. The Cougars are in their gray road uniforms, black hats, sleeveless gray tops with green numbers, black sleeves, and as Bob and Julia said, white Oakland athletic shoes. Richard powders one foul into the hot corner grill above the Colonel third base, or above the Kane County third base dugout. Well, Phil, my favorite Cardinals were Brock and Gibson.
Oh, yes. I got to say that probably was for me, too. Lou Brock, what he knew about base stealing, even after he lost a little bit of speed, he still was a major threat when he got on base.
Yes, he was an artist. A changeup, and this one is crushed foul past first by Richard. Richard flew out to center in the second inning, his first trip up. He's batting .232. Switch hitter, 3 homers, 24 RBIs. Giannotti steps out near the border of the dirt batting circle. The Kernels are in their white home uniforms with navy blue caps this evening, red batting helmets, and red numbers trimmed in black. Kane County is 12-11 at home in the second half, 12-11 on the road.
Pretty consistent.
Very consistent. Giannotti swings and strikes out swinging to end the Colonel fourth inning. The Kernels go in order and go quietly in the bottom of the fourth, and Phil, we're going to keep you here for at least part of the top of the fifth, and then we'll decide if Tanya Sedlock would like to say a few words, and we're not going to force that on Tanya, but we do want to thank her as well. Phil, stay with us here. We go to the top of the fifth inning, and Nick Green is retired, 11 straight Cougar hitters. 1-0 Kernels after 4. This is Colonel Baseball in the zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications triple play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
Ever wonder who coined the phrase, "We eliminate the middleman"? Well, one thing's pretty certain. It wasn't the middleman. And how did they eliminate him? Something fishy there. But I digress. Geico pioneered direct-to-consumer car insurance over 65 years ago, and they've been saving smart drivers money ever since. Give them a call, and you might ask them, what did they do with the middleman?
Geico's customer satisfaction stands at 97%. How would you rate your car insurance company? Geico. 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15%.
1-0 Kernels, and 11 straight retired by Nick Green. He has struck out 4, walked none, pitched around 2 errors in the first inning, and he'll face Jose Pineda. Now, if Kane County gets a hit in this half inning, I'm in big trouble. I have had 2 colleagues tell me that I broke a sacrilegious rule by mentioning that Kane County has no hits through 4 innings. I'm sorry, guys, but you got to report the facts, and superstition aside.
Well, John, if they do, we know who to blame.
That's right. I'll take all the blame. Been getting used to that in certain areas. It's not with the Kernels, but I tell you what, everybody has to be a stand-up person, and we'll hope Nick Green can continue his fine stretch in which he is retired 11 in a row. The 1-1 to Pineda, right-handed batter, and he hits it high in the air to straightaway center. Richard Giannotti can't. Oh, he lost it, and he recovered in time to make the catch. Wow! Phil Richard at the last moment put up the universal distress sign, the outstretched arms like touchdown Jesus at Notre Dame, saying, I can't see it. At the last minute, he stumbled backwards, and I don't know if he ever really did see it.
I don't know if he finally saw it after it came out of the lights or what, if he lost it in the lights.
Or that purple sky.
Yeah, that could be, and all of a sudden, just like at the last second, there it is.
Boy, oh boy. 1 gone and 12 in a row for the Colonel right-hander, Nick Green. He spins a changeup in low to Myron Leslie, a 281 hitter. How would you like to have a guy batting 7th in your order with 11 home runs and 56 RBIs?
And hitting 281.
Woo! Kane County.
Talk about having luxury in the offense, huh?
Oh, my goodness. Luxury. They are second in the league in home runs, 98 home runs for the Cougars, 6th in the league in hitting with a 263 average. The 1-1 to the left-handed batter is belted high and foul off to the right, up onto the Miller Mezzanine Terrace where a fella covers his head like a bomb was coming down. Well, in his eyes, it was.
It was, yes.
Phil, you love, as I do, I have family and friends in Denver, Colorado. Leslie in the hole 1 and 2, and Nick Green's delivery is swatted down the right field line. That is the first hit of the night, and Leslie will try for 2. A good throw from the right fielder, Jordan Renz, and Leslie beats the throw. So there you have it, folks. Credit John Rogers for ruining a no-hitter for Nick Green. Now, I just don't buy into all that. I love and respect the game, but you've got to let your listeners know if the opposition has any hits, and now they do. They have 1 hit, a 1-out double. Myron Leslie doubling down the right field line. Jordan Renz made a strong throw into the shortstop Casilla, but Leslie with his 26th double of the year, and that gives the Cougars a chance with 1 out to tie the game here in the top of the 5th inning.
When they're hitting, their average is this good. We're here clear in the 5th inning with no threat of even getting a run. So
Nick Green,
outstanding pitching.
Yes, 12 in a row he had set down before Leslie doubled into the right field corner. Ball 1 high to Raul Pardon, the catcher, and now a strike. Padron is a left-handed batter. Phil, you love Coors Field in Denver.
Oh, yes. I got a brother-in-law lives out there and has season tickets. So I look at every opportunity to go out there and visit my wife's family.
So do I. Ooh, a change-up and a swing and a miss by the left-handed hitting catcher, Padron.
Green had him on that one.
Oh.
He had his number on that pitch.
Raul wears his gray road trousers all the way down to his white shoes. 1-0 Kernels, 5th inning. Kane County with the tying run at second, and time is called. Nick Green's coming off a fantastic outing Friday in Battle Creek, Michigan against the Southwest Michigan Devil Rays. No decision in a Kernel 4-3 win. Nick pitched 6 innings and gave up 3 runs, 2 earned on 6 hits last Friday night. Struck out 6, walked 1, and his fastball darts in low and in to Raul Padron. Raul popped out to Nate Sutton to end the Kane County second inning. Nick Green is set below the chin, and his 2-2 popped up. It's playable. Freddy Sandoval a few feet into foul ground, right next to first base, and Freddy squeezes it. Raul Padron is fouled out to Freddy Sandoval, and there are 2 gone here in the 5th inning, and the Kernels need 1 more out to maintain a 1-0 lead, and 1 more out, Phil, to make this an official game.
Yes. So all we got is just the batter now.
And Gregorio Petit, P-E-T-I-T, is no slouch. He's the number 9 hitter, but he's batting .271. Right-handed hitter, and a change-up outside, a good backhanded stop by Michael Collins. Gregorio Petit has 7 home runs and 26 driven in. 1-0 Kernels. Top of the 5th inning, runner at second Leslie, and Petit takes a curve for a strike. Phil, there's a lot to like about Coors Field, including its location in Lodo.
Oh, yes. It's a beautiful field, and, you know, they waited for years to have a pro team out there.
And they were rewarded, and the fans have been good to them, even though their fortunes on the diamond have really slipped lately.
Yeah, they've been struggling for a while out there, but it'll come back.
Sure it will. Ball 2 is high to Petit. Gregorio takes high, ball 3, a fastball. Lurking on deck is Cliff Pennington. And Michael Collins urges Nick Green on with a few words of encouragement from behind the dish. Look out here, tying run at second. 2 out, top of the 5th, 1-0 Kernels, and Gregorio Petit ahead, a hitter's count, 3-1. Oh, ball 4, the ball gets away from Collins, and the tying run goes to third. A wild pitch uncorked by Nick Green, and now the Cougars are threatening even more to tie this game. A 2-out walk to the number 9 hitter. Boy, that hurts. And to boot, ball 4 was a wild pitch that allowed Myron Leslie to trot from second to third.
The tying run is 90 feet away.
And the leadoff batter, who reached on an error in the first and flew out to center in the 3rd inning, Cliff Pennington, is at the plate. Pennington, one of 2 Oakland first-round picks in the lineup for Kane County tonight. Cliff is from Corpus Christi, Texas. Phil, I've never been down there. I heard it's a great beach community on the southern tip of Texas. Have you ever been to Corpus Christi?
Not Corpus Christi. I've been to Texas quite a few times when I was in the Air Force. But
That's what I thought.
Never got down to there.
And it is far down.
Yes.
A pitch out of the glove of Collins, ball 1. Michael looks at the ball, and I hope he examines the webbing of his mitt. Ball 1 outside to Cliff Pennington. Well, King County has runners at the corners with 2 out, and Cliff Pennington, a .284 hitter in his first year of pro ball, out of Texas A&M. He's a left-handed batter, or is he switch hitter, rather, batting left-handed, a switch hitter. The 1-0. Well, no, not a high fly ball down the line and right. Renz waits and has it.
Got it, all right.
Phil, the reason I said is the ball sounded pretty good.
It sounded good coming off the bat.
I think he hit it off the end of the bat.
Well, he got a lot of height. I think he was under it a little bit.
Yes, he was.
If he'd hit it square, I think it would have been
Exactly. Boy, oh boy, this game is now official, and if the weather gods would like to open up the skies
and let it rain down, we wouldn't complain a lot.
Ordinarily, we wouldn't say that, Phil,
right.
But with the Kernels playoff straight possibilities almost in desperate straits now.
Well, we need a win. We'll take them about any way we get them right now.
Well, Phil will be with us in the bottom of the 5th, but what a job by Nick Green as he gets Cliff Pennington to fly to right. Renz caught it near the line in front of the track to end the threat by Kane County. No runs for the Cougars in the 5th. 1 hit, their first of the night. A walk, no Kernel errors. Kane County leaves a pair. They've stranded 4. We go to the home half of the 5th inning. Kernels lead the Cougars 1-0, and you're enjoying Kernel baseball in the zone.
When we were children, we were taught to save for a rainy day, but what if it rains harder than you expected? Tanya Sedlock, Your professional Pekin insurance agent at Weidenhammer Andrews Agency understands about the storms that life can bring. Whether you need auto, home, business, life, or health insurance, Tanya will review the coverages you need for your life and the lives of the ones you care about most. Help the sun shine on your life with a visit to your hometown Pekin insurance professional, Tanya Sedlock, at Weidenhammer Andrews Agency.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Jen. What's up?
Your hair looks great. Did you get it cut?
Sure did. I went to Cost Cutters.
Wait, are those highlights?
Yeah, I've always wanted to try.
Interesting.
It looks really good. Don't you just love how you can stop into Cost Cutters anytime and get a great cut or color?
Yeah, you don't have to plan out the next month of your life to fit in a haircut.
Right.
With Cost Cutters, you can go after work.
Yeah, on weekends.
Hey, on your lunch break, it's great when you forget you have like an afternoon meeting.
You are such a procrastinator.
No, I am not. Okay, maybe I am.
Yeah.
Now, Mark, are those chestnut or caramel highlights?
I don't know what color they are. All I know is that it looks good. Cost Cutters is the only salon for me.
You should be like the official spokesmodel for Cost Cutters.
Spokesmodel.
No, exactly. Don't you
He's
think?
working on it.
Oh, guys, come on.
You work a little.
Stop into your neighborhood Cost Cutters anytime. Convenience is Cost Cutters' trademark. Cost Cutters, just your style. Cost Cutters is proud to support Eastern Iowa's most wholesome, affordable family entertainment. Cedar Rapids Kernels Baseball.
Top of the order for the Kernels. Let's see if Alexi Casilla, who tries to bunt his way on, can come out of a bit of a slump. It's hard to say a guy hitting 320s in a slump, but Alexi hasn't swung the bat well the last few ball games. Tonight he struck out, walked, stole second, and he's leading off here in the bottom of the fifth inning from his leadoff position. Alexi Casilla, switch hitter, low crouch. Ooh, a changeup and a swing and a miss. This Tony Evans is some kind of pitcher. He is not a thrower. He is a pitcher. He changes speeds very, very effectively.
Very, very deceptive. You know, but he comes in there with...
and a tap back to the mound, and Evans runs it towards first and lobs to first, and Casilla's gone on a comebacker. One out here in the fifth inning. Yeah, Phil, deceptive is what you want a pitcher to be.
Right. You know, he comes in there with his off-speed balls and everything in the there, and then all of a sudden his fastball comes in, which wouldn't even be a fastball for a lot of pitchers, and it goes right by him. They wonder, where'd that come from?
Exactly. Well, Michael Collins has provided the only run in this game, a one-out home run in the first inning, onto the Randy Keel Confidence Picnic Pavilion and left. It was his seventh of the year. The outfield plays Collins extremely deep, especially Javier Herrera in center. Herrera's playing out of sight as a curveball drops in to Michael from Tony Evans. In 63 innings, he's only given up 52 hits. Struck out 41 in 63 innings, walked 21, an ERA of 3 even, and the league is only hitting .219 against him. He was not particularly effective in his last start. That was Friday in Peoria. In fact, he was a loser. In 5 2/3 innings, he gave 6 runs to the Chiefs, 5 earned on 8 hits, struck out 6, walked 2. He gets ahead of Collins with another roundhouse curve. Michael trying to slow the momentum down of the 25-year-old right-hander who pitched earlier this season in the Northern League with the Sioux City Explorers.
So what is he going to throw this time, John?
He's not going to waste a pitch, I'll tell you that. I think it'll be a changeup. The 0-2. Changeup in the dirt. He did waste it, but it was a changeup.
Changeup low. He thought we might go chasing it. But,
that's what he was aiming for, is Collins to get himself out. The Colonel grounds crew is poised at the end of the dugout, the Colonel dugout, not because rain is imminent, but because they will be dragging the infield after this fifth inning. Phil, on behalf of our organization, we want to thank you and Tanya Sedlock and Scott Draper at Sheets Forest Draper. You guys have been such loyal, generous backers of what we strive to bring to this community, which is wholesome, affordable family entertainment. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. And thank you for Scott, too. I've talked to... Scott and I get along pretty good. We're competitors, but we get along very good.
And that's the way Pekin operates. They're very good people. I have such trust in what they represent because of how they've treated me over the years. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, you guys, goodness, it just, we could not bring to this community what we strive to bring without people trusting us to bring their message home. And we know that we're not the only place you advertise, but we know that we're helping you reach people you want to reach. Here's a high pop-up into shallow left center. The shortstop waiting, and Freddy Sandoval has been retired. First pitch swinging as he pops out to Cliff Pennington in shallow left field. Well, Phil, just very, very good to have you with us. And remember, you and Mike Fox are welcome to stay the rest of the game up here. Bob and Scott are coming back in a moment. Or if you want to mosey down and come back up, you call the shots the rest of the night.
Okay, John, it's a pleasure being here. I appreciate you being invited.
We're glad you could accept the invitation, and we'll look forward again. Well, we'll look forward to the Cardinals being world champions.
That's right. They made it to the World Series last year. They just didn't take the last step.
I think this is our year.
This is the year. Yes, sir.
Phil Andrews, Weidenhammer Andrews Agency, Pekin Insurance, thank you so much. We go to the top of the sixth inning, and Scott Unash will be the sidekick color man for Bob Brooks. And we do have a Springhouse trivia question coming for you in the sixth inning, so Bob and Scott will have that and the middle or the last third of this game. Through 5 innings, Kernels 1, Cougars nothing. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
How would you like your next home buying or selling experience and lending process to be handled beautifully under one roof? If that's the way you want your real estate and mortgage needs to be met, select Todd Financial Services. Securing your loan and helping you find or sell your home is what Todd Financial Services does better than traditional banks and real estate firms. You'll be fully informed, supported, and taken care of so that buying, selling, or financing your home will be a pleasurable experience. Todd Financial Services, eager to meet all of your mortgage and real estate needs under one roof.
I think it's time to move on. I mean, you're just so unreliable and boring. Face it, you're a fair weather friend, and I found someone else, someone I can always count on. I'm really in love this time, so goodbye, Dish.
Breaking up is easy to do when you switch to Mediacom. Call today for a great deal. Family cable with digital 2-star, including Showtime On Demand and Stars On Demand for just $39.95 a month for 12 months. Plus, get Mediacom Online high-speed internet for just $39.95 a month for 12 months. You'll love everything you get from Mediacom, especially Showtime, with new hit movies every month. And with Showtime On Demand, you can choose from over 100 movies anytime for free. Call 866-566-CABLE to subscribe. Call right now and you can get great Xbox extras, including a free game, free Xbox starter kit, and a 12-month subscription to Xbox Live Service. 866-566-CABLE. Call today. Must subscribe to both services. Offer for new residential subscribers only. All products may not be available.
And we're back at the ballpark for a ground ball picked up and eaten up by Casilla. He throws to first, and that takes care of Lou's Perez. So we have one out in a 1-0 ball game here, and Scott and I are going to take you through a couple of innings here. The rest of the game. See how the rain does.
You didn't look at the schedule here. John spent 3 hours on this today.
The batter for Kane County is Javier Herrera, as he takes a ball outside and then a strike over the outside corner and then swings and foul tips one. And there's something in the equipment that isn't quite
right. Scott, now we're getting better. There's a swing and a miss. He struck him out.
That's what happens when you take 4 innings off, Bob.
With 2 out here in the first half of the 6th inning, and the Cedar Rapids Kernels up 1-0 on 1 run, 2 hits, 2 errors, and Kane County no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. Kim Travis. Check that. Make it Eddie Kim. Here's the pitch. There's a swing and a line drive. Foul down the right field line. Eddie Kim, the first baseman, becomes the batter.
Got the head of the bat out on that one and drilled it foul. Still raining a little bit, but not too bad. Not a few umbrellas out and a few people braving the rain down there. Some have moved underneath the cover of the second deck.
Here's the pitch. Inside for a ball. And Eddie Kim is a .265 batter. 10 home runs, and he fouls this one back. He hit that one pitch off Nick Green pretty hard.
Well, the top of the sixth, Bob, that means the Springhouse Family Restaurant Baseball Trivia Challenge.
Yes, it does, and I have the script right here.
Hey!
How about that?
All right.
The Springhouse is inviting you to come on in and sign up for your free birthday meal. All you have to do is complete one of the cards on every table at the Springhouse. Then the Springhouse will send you a letter good for a free meal anytime within 30 days of your birthday. It's that simple. Best of all, you can order anything on the menu. Sign up for your free birthday meal at our old friends at the Springhouse.
We'll have to do that. Got one around the corner. So we'll go down to Center Point Road and do that.
There's a swing and a foul back.
Number to dial us up, and if you've been a winner this year, please play along at home, but do not call in. 896-7589, 896-7589. We'll give you the question in a moment.
Nick Green delivers outside, and we get a 2-2 count with 2 out and nobody on, 1-0. Kernels leading here in the top half of the sixth inning. Strike 3 called. He struck him out. So Nick Green, I wanted to make mention of the fact that Nick has been breezing along on a one-hitter. And it's 3 up and 3 down, and that is the third time in this game in a half a dozen innings that he's retired in an order.
We'll give you the question real quick, and then we'll go to break. 896-7589 is the phone number. The Cubs have 4 former Rookie of the Year players on their roster. We want you to name 2 of them. The Cubs have 4 former Rookie of the Years in the National League, or it could be in the American League, on their roster. Name 2 of them. 896-7589. That is the phone number to call. 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the sixth here as you're listening to Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
I think it's time to move on. I mean, you're just so unreliable and boring. Face it, you're a fair weather friend, and I found someone else, someone I can always count on. I'm really in love this time, so goodbye, Dish.
Breaking up is easy to do when you switch to Mediacom. Call today for a great deal. Family cable with digital 2-star, including Showtime on Demand and Stars on Demand for just $39.95 a month for 12 months. Plus, get Mediacom online high-speed internet for just $39.95 a month for 12 months. You'll love everything you get from Mediacom, especially Showtime, with new hit movies every month. And with Showtime on Demand, you can choose from over 100 movies anytime for free. Call 866-566-CABLE to subscribe. Call right now and you can get great Xbox extras, including a free game, free Xbox starter kit, and a 12-month subscription to Xbox Live Service. 866-566-CABLE. Call today. Must subscribe to both services. Offer for new residential subscribers only. All products may not be available.
The incredible 2005 racing season at Cedar Rapids Hawkeye Downs Speedway is in the home stretch. Just 3 Papa John's Cup iWireless Championship Friday nights are left. This Friday night it's Linex night, and all 6 championship divisions will be in action. Plus a special performance by the Cedar Rapids Spirit. With just 3 weeks to go, the battles for the championships are red hot. 42 different drivers have won features this season. Are there more new winners on the way? Find out this Friday night at Cedar Rapids Hawkeye Downs Speedway.
Cedar Rapids Kernels come on to bat now in the last half of the sixth inning, leading 1-0. Drew Toussaint is the first man in there.
Got a winner in the Springhouse Family Restaurant Baseball Trivia question, and we'll give you the winner's name and the answers coming up.
First pitch is a ball outside from Tony Evans. Evans, the Sioux City-ite, who has given the Kernels only 2 hits, and Toussaint pops this one foul back up on top of the rope. 1 ball, 1 strike. We have Leslie at third, Pennington at short, Petit at second, Kim at first, Nada in left, Herrera in center, and Perez in right. Padron, the catcher, and the winner is?
Winner is Troy Page, who called in from Robbins, and congratulations going out to Troy. He's one on my show, too, so
Oh, boy, that's good. There's a swing and a miss by Toussaint.
We asked of the Cubs 4 former Rookie of the Year players in their roster, name 2 of them, and he came up with Kerry Wood, who won it with the Cubs in 1998.
There's a swing and a high infield fly. Under it, the shortstop, Pennington, comes up with the ball, and Toussaint is retired, and here comes Josh LeBlanc.
Yep, Kerry Wood won it in 1998 when he broke in with the Chicago Cubs. And also Troy Page came up with Nomar Garcia-Parra, who won it with Boston in 1997. Of course, that was in the American League. The other 2 former Rookie of the Years, Todd Hollandsworth, who won it with the Dodgers in 1996. And we'll give you the other one in a moment.
There's a ball that's outside, and now the other one in a moment.
This one was the one that people probably would not get right away. Scott Williamson, the pitcher from the Reds in 1999. So congratulations to Troy Page.
Change up and a swing and a miss by Josh LeBlanc, and we go even at a ball, a strike. 1 out, nobody on, and it's an official ball game. Kernels lead it 1-0.
With the mist coming down.
There's a ball that drops low and inside. Another one of those sweeping curve balls. 2 balls and a strike.
2 terrific pitching performances so far by Tony Evans of Kane County, and Nick Green probably pitching, I think, his best game of the year for the Colonel.
So far, so good. There's a strike over the outside corner, and it's ball 2, strike 2 to LeBlanc, hitting .282. Has not had a home run this year. 18 runs driven in. Hasn't played in all that many games. There's a ball that's outside. An appeal made to the first base umpire, but no go, and it's 3-2. Tony Evans gets the sign from Legron. And the pitch. There's that curveball again, and it's popped down the left field line into the pavilion seats, out of play for a long, high fly ball for a foul.
You love that little inlet down there, Bob, when the Randy Keel Hoffman's Pavilion.
Well,
like 315 down there.
That's Cedar Rapids' answer to the Blue Monster.
There you go. And that one almost snuck around the foul pole at the 315 mark, but it was about
a shot.
About 10 feet foul.
Now the motion. Here's the pitch. Slow change up high and outside, and a base on ball.
LeBlanc's been on 3 times tonight, a single and a pair of walks. And time to get Jordan Renz going.
Renz called out on strikes, and he swung and missed, so he hasn't been able to touch the ball tonight, batting .193. Let's see what Jordan can do here. Runner at first. Let's see if he goes, too. This pitch outside for a ball.
Right now, Quad Cities 28-18 in the second half. They're looking pretty good right now. Wisconsin already in as the first half champions. They're in second place, 2 out, and then Kane County in third, 24-22.
There he goes. There's a hit and run play, and the ball is driven to the first baseman, who tags the bag. Kim makes the play unassisted, but it's as good as a bunt. Runner at second now.
Broken bat right there, Bob. Shattered that bat. And just Eddie Kim at first base will not have an easier play all year, as it just rolled very nicely right to him and touched the bag. And now see if the Kernels can get a little 2-out magic here with Nate Sutton.
And there's going to be possibly a little bullpen action here in a minute for the Kernels. Nate Sutton stands in, left-handed batter. There is action for Kane County, and the slow curve is a strike on the inside corner.
Mike Mitchell looks like he's going to get up, right-hander. And also getting up, Roberto Semerano, another right-hander. Possibly.
Now the pitch. There's that knuckle curve again, and it's strike 2.
That one might have got a piece of the catcher, Padron. I think that got him just a little bit on the hand. Looks to be okay, though. He'll shake it off.
The Kernels' one run came on Michael Collins' home run. Line drive to the pavilion seats and left. Stretch, here's the pitch. High and inside up around the chin. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Wasted that pitch right there on the 0-2 count, Bob. Gotta think he's trying to set up something, maybe a curve in the outside corner right here.
Ball 1, strike 2, 2 out, 1 on, 1-0, Cedar Rapids leading. Last of the 6th inning at the ballpark. There's that. He attempted to knock it in there, but it wouldn't dip for him. Still high and outside. Ball 2, strike 2.
Had a release point wasn't the best on that one for Evans.
Nick Green has breezed through 6 innings. Here's the pitch. Off the knuckler, ground ball to the shortstop. Pennington's throw, high and wide and safe at first on a throwing error by Pennington. The first error tonight by Kane County. That puts runners at first and third. Pennington was a little too casual with that.
Yes, he was.
Shot.
Very casual. And credit Nate Sutton, Bob, for getting down the line. He may have beaten that anyway, even if it was a good throw.
He has good speed. And again, the pitching coach will come out, and we may get a change here.
Yep, we'll have to wait and see on that. Garvin Alston, who talking with Todd Brommelkamp across the way earlier on in the ball game, he was a original Colorado Rocky, so he knows what it's all about to keep the ball down, or you're not going to have a lot of success at Coors Field. Actually, that was Mile High Stadium when they got started.
Right.
Didn't matter. Mile High Stadium, Coors Field.
The ball travels just as far in any of them.
Yep. Of course, dear old Mile High is not, I believe, not there anymore, is it?
No, I don't think so. Only the horse is left.
The horse is still there. They could not get rid of the horse. Or the memories of John Elway, Charlie Taylor, all those people for the Denver Broncos. John's looking for a squeeze right here.
Well, here's Rodriguez with 2 out. Runners at first and third, and Tony Evans stays in the game. Here's the pitch on the way. Threw him a 85-mile-an-hour fastball that time, and it was low and outside.
First and third, see maybe if the Kernels also try to steal a run here. Try to get Sutton going to second. Maybe the runner breaks from third.
Pretty good speed on the bases, and the fake by the pitcher to third and first. Trying to keep him close. Evans. It's down to Padron, and the stretch. Here it is. Dropped low and away, but barely. Ball 2, no strikes.
Right-hander is warming up, and that is Mike Mitchell for Kane County. He's the only one down there in the Cougar bullpen down the left field line.
Runners lead. There's a curve for a ball.
Wonder they're pitching around Rodriguez a little bit. They have not given him anything good to hit here so far. I think this pitch will tell you right here, Bob, if he gives in to him and throws one right down the middle, or if he tries to nibble like he did the first 3 pitches.
Well, Rodriguez is hitting 250. Giannotti will be next, hitting 232. Pitch. That's right over the heart of the plate. 3 balls and a strike.
Good pitch to run on right here.
And this is a good pitch to hit if he puts it in the meat area. Evans again at the belt. Here it is. swung on and fouled back by Rodriguez. Now we go to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners will be going.
Sean had a very good cut, just a little bit behind that pitch.
Well, we've had a sprinkling of off-speed pitches tonight by Tony Evans of varying degrees. At the belt, Evans is ready, and here it is. Swung on, drive to left field. It might be, it is gone! 3-run homer by Rodriguez, his 9th home run of the year. Yes, he got a juicy fastball in the strike zone and rode it out of here. Second Kernels home run of the night, and the Kernels now play 3 and go up 4-0.
Boy, he jumped on that fastball, kind of a line drive, Bob, hit off the back fence of the Ray McKeel Confidence Pavilion, and oh, how big is that air right now by Pennington at short, because
he knows it. Look at him out there.
And we're going to have a pitching change as Dave Joppi, the manager for Kane County, will come out, but the damage has been done. 3 unearned runs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Put the Kernels up 4-0.
Well, the Kernels had opportunities with 2 on and 1 out in the 2nd inning. They had the bases loaded and 2 out in the 3rd. They had 2 on and 1 out in the 5th inning. Now here in the 6th, they finally cashed in.
And really, Tony Evans deserves a little bit better fate, but he's on the hook right now for the potential loss as the Kernels lead at 4-0.
Well, that should make Nick Green plenty comfortable down the dugout, coming out to pitch in the 7th inning. And it's time to take a look at the State Farm Insurance Major League Scoreboard, presented by Lanny Peterson, Gary Shubat, Dale Thompson, and Al Shedler. So here we go in the American League. Toronto 2, Detroit 1. Oakland 5, the LA Angels of Anaheim 4. 5-4 game. Guerrero hit his 23rd home run. Chavez hit his 20th, and Payton hit his 12th for Oakland. Baltimore 4, Tampa Bay 2. That game is in the top of the 9th inning. The Texas-New York Yankee game, after 6, it's 7-4 New York. Matsui has hit his 18th. Posada is 15th of the year. DeLucia has hit his 21st. After 4 innings, Kansas City 2 and Cleveland nothing. In the National League, the Cubs won today 11-4. Even though Pujols hit his 32nd, Derek Lee woke up and hit his 35th of the year. In fact, he had a couple of home runs in today's game. Pittsburgh defeating Colorado 11-3. San Diego 2. The New York Mets 1. Arizona and Florida are 1-1 in the last of the 8th inning. San Francisco and Atlanta. Braves lead 3-1 after 6. Washington, Houston. Houston leads 3-0 in the last of the 5th inning. And Philadelphia and the Dodgers later.
Mike Mitchell, the new pitcher. He's the right-hander. He kind of swings the ball, Bob, making his 12th appearance of the year, all in relief. No record of 3.78 earned run average.
And the batter will be Richard Giannotti, swinging along and batting left-handed against the right-hander.
15 2/3 innings pitched. Has given up only 15 hits, 7 earned runs. He has walked 7, struck out 13. And the Midwest League hitting .234 against Mike Mitchell.
Ball is outside. Ball 2 and no strikes. So 2 home runs have been the biggies tonight for the Kernels to date. Michael Collins, home run in the first with nobody on, and then a 3-run shot by Rodriguez a moment ago. Swinging a foul back to the suites upstairs. The ball bounces down back of the screen and right into the hands of the lady down there.
Makes a nice catch.
2 balls and a strike. Now the sign given. 2 men are out. Here's the pitch. Giannotti drives this to center field for a solid base hit. So Giannotti continues the onslaught here against the second Cougar pitcher of the inning.
Mitchell, born in St. Louis, resides in St. Peters, Missouri, which is a suburb of the Gateway City. Right-hander, 6'2", 185-pounder. He was selected in the 35th round of the June 2003 draft and attended St. Charles Community College down in Missouri. Last year pitched for the A's entry in the Arizona League and had a great year in 7 games in relief. 1-0, 1.35 ERA with 1 save. Guy throws hard.
Mitchell fires outside for a ball. He got that one up there at 89 miles an hour.
Yeah, he hit 90 and 91 in that first batter, but credit Giannotti with getting a hit.
Richard has been a Colonel the entire year. So the G-man takes a 2-stride lead at first. And there isn't any reason that Bobby would not send him, which he does. There's a swing and a foul back on a run and hit play, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, Alexi went after a high fastball that time, Bob, and it was a shame because it would have been a ball, and Giannotti had a great jump.
Oh, yeah. Could have stolen third. All in one fell swoop there. Casilla tonight with a .320 average, struck out in the first, walked in the third, flied out in the 5th inning. Giannotti leads again. There he goes again. Pitch out. Here's the throw. He is out. They pitched out that time, and Padron, who has a good gun down there, threw him out. So Giannotti is out stealing, and that concludes the inning, but not before the Kernels pick up 3 runs on a 3-run homer. There were 2 hits. There was an error, and nobody left on. So we have completed 6 innings, and it's 4 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, Cedar Rapids. For Kane County, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error. We'll be back here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. After these words, you're listening to Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
Hey, everybody, gonna get on down to Hometown Restyling. Hometown Restyling. For all your remodeling needs, satisfaction guaranteed. Hometown Restyling specializes in all of your home's interior, exterior needs. Visit our showrooms, one in Hiawatha, one in Coralville, and see the incredible possibilities. Windows, siding, sunrooms. Give us a call at 378-1221.
I live for you, I feed your cats, I fold your undies at the laundromat, unless you want me to have them dry. I get paid for that. I'll work things out, things get bad. I'll shave my soul back before I meet your dad. I'll wear a turtleneck to strategically hide my tattoos if I can. I'm quitting the band, 'cause I'm winning your hand. I'm giving you all my time, but this Dr. Pepper is mine, Rich taste, forget it. This Dr. Pepper is mine. 1 taste and you get it. I'll shop with you, always be true. I'll never share my Dr. Pepper with you. Sorry. This Dr. Pepper is mine. 1 taste and you get it. So rich. This Dr. Pepper is mine. Refreshing taste, drinking by the case. This Dr. Pepper is mine. Isn't even a word.
Scott Nash, Bob Brooks, John Rogers, Julia Jansen, a cast of thousands here tonight for the Cedar Rapids Kernels' start of this long home stay, and it's 4-0. The Kernels with the left-handed batter, Travis Buck, taking another ball outside, and it's ball 2 and no strikes. Now, Nick Green has been planted with a 4-0 lead. The idea, Nick, is to throw strikes, and what has happened, he's thrown 3 balls. Ball 3 and no strikes to Travis Buck. There's a strike, fastball, the heart of the plate.
Biggest inning so far for Nick Green.
Now the pitch. Curveball is inside, and Buck gets a base on balls.
Because with the Kernels coming up with that 3 spot, and here comes Kernan Ronan out to probably tell Nick Green exactly what I'm going to say, and that is you get 3 runs, you get a 4-run lead. Don't start nibbling. Go out there, you got a 4-run lead, go after the hitters, no free passes, and what happens? You get behind 3-0 on the first guy, and there's no defense for a walk.
And we're going to get some action down in the Kernels bullpen right now.
T.J. Stanton is going to...
They'll have to pull the tarp down there, and
Michelle Samar also down there as well. These guys do good work.
And the rain has not increased a great deal, so...
Kind of a London fog mist here, if you will.
And the fans have not really cut back under the roof. There's another ball that's outside. The batter is Jose Panada. Looking for a hit. There's a strike. Cut that one in there at 83 miles an hour.
Got an interesting little tidbit about Dave Joppy, the manager of the Cougars, we can let you in on.
Swing and a high fly ball that is curving into the bleacher seats down the right field line.
Tell you, T.J. Stanton and Michelle Samar. Samar's the one that's warming up, number 20, and Stanton's spotting for him, but they didn't know which way to go. They had Jordan Renz flying in from right field. They had the first baseman. They had the second baseman going out there, and they just decided to stand in their tracks in the bullpen.
Now time is called. Green was taking too much time, and Nada wanted to interrupt the rhythm a bit, and this curveball is inside. We go to ball 2, strike 2.
The manager for Kane County, Dave Joppy, he's one of the more fiery skippers in the league, Bob, but he might have settled down a little bit as of last Friday.
And why is that?
Because he and his wife welcomed a brand new baby boy, Casey Ray Joppy, into the fold last Friday. So congratulations to Dave and the family.
Well, that changes the lifestyle. There isn't any question about that.
In fact, we were all waiting for Dave when there was a pretty close play and a pickoff at 10th second to go out there and give his piece, but never did.
Swing and a foul back, and it's still ball 2, strike 2. Infield at the double play level. That being Rodriguez at third, Casilla at short, Sutton at second, Sandoval at first. Nada's batting .263, 3 home runs, and he was almost nipped with that ball, way inside. Ball 3, strike 2.
That one buzzed the tower right there, Bob, and see if Kane County sends the runner at first. Stay out of that double play on the 3-2 pitch.
Have a full count going here in the top half of the 7th inning. Green fires. Strike! It's called. He struck him out. That was a nice slider, Scott.
Real knee buckler right there. One of the better pitches of the night for Nick Green.
Froze him.
That is his 7th strikeout. If you're listening to Colonel Baseball right here in the zone, ESPN Radio 1600 KCRG, Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Hey, it's nice to have you here tonight. We get the station breaks.
Yeah.
You're a company guy, I'll tell you that.
You got to make the FCC happy.
Here's Leslie swinging and fouling this one back. Off-speed pitch that he clipped off. Count is strike 1 to Myron. He's flied out and struck out. And so far tonight, just one walk from Nick Green. But the pinpoint control has rather left him here in the seventh as we get a little lightning around the ballpark.
Uh-oh. We don't need that.
1 ball, 1 strike. There's a strike over the outside corner.
Well, Jack Kane stuck his head in the pregame, Jack Rader, our GM, and said that about 9 o'clock they were expecting things.
Well, it's 9:01. They're a minute late. Here's the pitch. Swung on and a high fly ball foul out of the ballpark.
I got to say, I did not see the lightning, though. I'm going to take your word for it, though. And as I have explained many times, I am not an ordained meteorologist.
Runner at first. Well, I thought I saw one. Here's the pitch. There's a swing and a high fly ball that is curving foul up over the dugout and down a high bounce into the stands. And
a couple of kids raced after it, and the older of the two came up with it.
How unusual.
Yeah, well, still, he was only about, appeared to be 12 years old, 13, right in there. So he'll cherish that ball. That'll go on the dresser at home.
Runner leads at first. Here it is. There's a curve just inside. Ball and 2 strikes to the left-handed batter, Myron Leslie, 281 batter, 11 homers. 56 runs driven in. Pitch. Swung on and chopped foul outside of first. Ball 2, strike 2.
If things do not change between now and Saturday, this is very unusual, Bob. The fact that, of course, Kane County was here on opening day, and the pitching matchup was Fernando Rodriguez for the Kernels and Ryan Ford, who's one of the better pitchers for Kane County. And they are scheduled to meet on Saturday night. Who says things don't, what comes around goes around.
Double play ground ball is booted at second base by Sutton. Here's the runner going to third, and Sutton's second error of the night gives Kane County life here in the top of the 7th inning. Kernel's third error of the game, and that one went right through the wicket.
That one just ate up Nate Sutton at second base. He waited for it. There, Bob, that was probably his mistake instead of coming up and getting it. And kind of took a little bit of a funny hop, but probably one Nate should have had. And now meeting at the mound. None of the coaches involved, but it's enough maybe to settle down Nick Green here a little bit.
Well, they have to tell him, don't worry about it. We'll get this guy. You just get the ball over, and we'll take care of the rest.
Good candidate for a double play right here with the catcher, although he is hitting from the left-hand side.
And he's batting .271, Raul Padron. 4 homers, 51 runs driven in, and he's 6'2", 190 out of Venezuela. Pitch, swung on. There's that ball to Sutton again. He charges this one and then throws to first. Double play. Second chance, second effort, and Myron Leslie tried to put the forearm shiver into him to hold him up so he couldn't make that throw, but Sutton bounced off, made the throw, and the double play. So credit Sutton with a very nice play and a atonement for his second error of the game. So the Kernels do not score. Nick Green has himself a 4-0 lead going into the last half of the 7th inning as the Kernels come to bat. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Summer is a perfect time to enjoy fresh, colorful flowers and blooming plants. Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center has the finest quality flowers and plants for both indoors and out. Plus, as always, all the expert advice you need to make your plants grow their best. Whether it's a single fresh flower or an entire wedding, a single household plant, or a yard of landscaping, Peck's does it all. Family-owned and serving eastern Iowa since 1956. We've been proud supporters of Kernels baseball for over 10 years. PEX offers you the best plants and flowers available. PEX is also your professional FTD and teleflorist florist with a certified garden, nursery, and landscaping center. PEX is your year-round growing center and flower headquarters. Stop in for PEX Fresh Flower Feature. Fresh-cut short-stem roses, just $9.95 a dozen, cash and carry. PEX Flower Shop, Garden Center, Nursery, and Landscaping at the corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Road Northeast.
People say that I can't decide things. They are so wrong, but I could be wrong about that.
A U.S. Bank check card with checking that pays gives you a choice of rewards, like cash, points for merchandise and gift certificates, World Perks miles, or even sweepstakes entries.
Easy decision. I'll take the cash. No, it's a sweep.
Sign up at your local U.S. Bank or call 1-800-720-BANK.
I've made up my mind to put off my decision. That is final.
U.S. Bank.
No, wait.
See banker for complete details. Member FDIC.
Scott, why don't you sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game? You can sing it right. You won't have to put the Cubbies in there.
Yeah, our singer in this ball game, obviously a lifelong, endearing Cub fan, said root, root, root for the Cubbies, which, went over about 80%. Maybe not that, 60 to 80%. How's that? Had a good time, though.
Let's have in the seventh inning. Kernels up with a score of 4-0. And that brings up the top of the order, and Alexi Casilla, who struck out in the first, walked, flied out. He comes back with Giannotti making the last out, caught stealing, and we have Casilla with another chance. And there's another little patch of lightning.
I did see that one, Bob.
There's a strike, it's called, over the inside corner.
That was to the north. It's like racing. Anything in the rearview mirror behind you, that doesn't matter.
There's a ball that's too low over the plate but below the knees. Left-hander and a right-hander throwing in the Cougar bullpen. Now the windup. Here it is, way outside. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, we got number 77 warming up. You don't see number 77 warming up too often. That's J.R. Pickens, and he is a left-hander, in case you're wondering, with number 77 on.
There's a swing and a miss on curveball. It's ball 2, strike 2 to Casilla.
And also warming up, Derek Tharp. Now, Tharp is a left-hander, I guess a right-hander. I beg your pardon. J.R. Pickens is a right-hander.
Now the delivery by Mitchell, swung on and fouled. Casilla stays alive.
He's got a left-hander's mentality, though.
If he gets on, Collins will be next.
They also have a number 99 in their bullpen.
Now the windup. Here's the pitch. There's a swing and a foul off to the right. Well, Kane County comes from the Chicago area, and they do things big up there in those shopping centers out around Aurora and so on.
Geneva and the greater Kane County area.
The little traveler enclave up there.
Over in Bobby Hansen country. Bobby doesn't live far from the ballpark.
Not anymore. He moved back to Des Moines.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Now the motion. Here's the pitch. There's a swing and a ground ball that goes into right field for a base hit, and Casilla gets on. So Alexi does not let the night go over. It's a sharp ground ball past Petit in the right center field. Kernels' 5th hit of the game. Kernels lead 4-0. They've had 2 home runs. But Scott Bobby has been back living in Des Moines. He's going to move the family back there. But I don't know that the daughters have moved back.
Ah, okay.
I presume they have by now, but I have to find that out.
Well, you'll get that information.
There's a stretch. Runner goes Casilla. The catcher takes his eye off the ball, and Casilla rounds second and bluffs the throw. Stolen base by Alexi. That gives him 2 of them in this game, 1 off a walk, so he has 39 threats on the year.
And he is now out of that tie for third with Matt Lomanchik of Quad City. Alexi now with 39. Leader Fernando Perez of Southwest Michigan with 48. And
Southwest Michigan is next in.
That's right. They'll come in just after we played them up at C.O. Brown Stadium. And how many steals would Alexi have if he was going this way the whole year with us?
Well, he's going to have, I predict he'll win the theft championship in the Midwest League.
Yeah,
Collins takes a couple of pitches off. Corner, ball 2 and no strikes to pitch. It's a little bit low, makes it ball 3. So Mitchell has himself in a pickle here in the last half of the 7th inning.
And King County is not going to go much further with Mr. Mitchell if he loses another batter, I wouldn't think.
Here it is. Strike, it's called. 89-mile-an-hour fastball. 3 balls and a strike. Same 2 teams tomorrow at 7. Saturday, fireworks. Cedar Rapids and Kane County at 7. Sunday at 2. Now the stretch, here it is. Into the dirt for ball 4.
And I would think you're going to see a pitching change coming up. With nobody out, couple on. Kane County down 4 runs.
And let's see how Bobby Magianis plays this with Sandoval. He's flied out, grounded out, and struck out.
Had him bunt last time.
Left-handed batter.
Well, if you're wondering how Alexi's doing in the all-time stolen base category for Cedar Rapids baseball, he's got a good shot to get. What did you predict, Bob?
Well, I didn't predict a number.
Oh, okay.
I just said he would win the theft title. So he'd have to get up, I would think, well, way over 50.
Oh, yeah. Well, right now with a couple to 90, 39. Juan Henderson and Brian Kelling, both with 47. They're 10th on the list. Juan Tolentino from 1998 had 49. The man coaching first base had 50 back in 1996, Justin Bachman.
There's a hard-hit double play ground ball, fumbled by the second baseman, flips it to the shortstop, and the return is in time. Nice play. It turned out to be a snappy double play from Petit to Pennington to Kim.
That was about as good a turn after a bobble as you can have, Bob. And I tell you what, give Cliff Pennington a lot of credit. He made the big error that allowed the 3-run home run.
But he came across that bag strong, didn't he?
Yep, and he looked like a member of the Wrecking Crew defense hanging in there, and he got taken out big time in a clean but tough slide by Michael Collins. But he held in there and made the return throw to first for the double play.
Going to third, Alexi Casilla. Here's Toussaint. First pitch. Strike, it's called. Breaking ball on the inside corner. Strike 1 to Drew Toussaint. He, too, has not had a hit tonight. Kernels have 4 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors. Kane County, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error. Swing on a changeup. Makes it strike 2 to Drew Toussaint.
An off-speed pitch and then the curve has also been a problem for Drew tonight.
Casilla leads at third. He's a swing and a miss on a sharply breaking curveball that was way outside. Toussaint guessed and guessed wrong and strikes out for the second time tonight. So, again, the Kernels have a threat. Get a runner to third base. They do not score. But after 7 innings, because of 2 big home runs, one by Collins and a 3-run homer by Sean Rodriguez, the Kernels lead it 4-0. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Hear ye, hear ye! The scoring is final, and it's time to cry out the champions of the 2004-2005 Zone Farm Bureau Financial Services Metro Sports Trophy!
Can we hear it for the Cats? Lions and Cougars, that is.
Let's tip our fedora to the Linmar Lions for collectively putting together this year's best boys sports program, and the Kennedy Cougars for claiming honors as the top overall girls sports program. Farm Bureau Financial Services presents each of these schools with a Metro Sports Trophy and $500. It was an exciting season for Metro area athletics. Cougars, Hawks, Indians, Jayhawks, Lions, Saints, and Warriors. Farm Bureau Financial Services and the Zone congratulate your efforts. Now, a new season begins, and the Zone's Scott Unash will bring you the best high school play-by-play, and we'll look forward to crowning the 05-06 winners of the Zone Farm Bureau Financial Services Metro Sports Trophy, an exclusive feature from your home for high school sports. The Zone.
Could your golf game use a little help? Know what the pros know. Know which club head is best for you. Know which shaft is best for you. Know which golf ball is best for you. Know your optimum flight trajectory. Know you can do your best with better fitting golf equipment from your Golf Headquarters Nevada Bobs. Call for your appointment today. Golf Headquarters Nevada Bobs. Fitting exclusively with top-line, pro-line equipment. Golf Headquarters Nevada Bobs at 1961 Blairs Ferry Road in Cedar Rapids.
We go into the 8th inning here at the ballpark. Scott Unash and Bob Brooks and John Rogers all up here in the catbird seat tonight.
New pitcher, Bob. Michelle Samar will come in to take over for Nick Green. And what an outing for Nick Green. Absolutely sensational. 7 innings pitched, only 1 hit allowed, walked 2, and struck out 7 tonight. Great job by Nick Green. Best outing of the year.
No doubt about that. There's a swing and a foul back into the screen.
We're getting off schedule here for John. We don't want to throw things off. We'll fix that in the 9th inning. How's that?
You told me to follow the script.
I didn't even look down at the script.
Here's the pitch. There's a ball that's flowing outside.
We'll get her taken care of. This is the 13th appearance for Michelle Samar. He has started 5 games this year, thrown 1 complete game, 4-2 record of 3.91 ERA.
Sneaky curveball won't go for him. It's outside. Ball 2, strike 2. Here in the top half of the 8th inning, Gregorio Petit. Here's the pitch. Swung on, he went for it that time and strikes out.
Couple of saves for Samar. 50 2/3 innings. Terrific numbers. Has only given up 37 hits, 22 earned runs, has walked 19. He has struck out 46 in the league, hitting only .202 against Michelle Samar.
Well, this probably is his niche in baseball as a relief pitcher. And if you want a niche in the game, that's about as good a niche as you can get. The pitch. Strike, it's called. That first pitch in there by Michelle Samar to Cliff Pennington. Incidentally, tonight, too, Green, as Michelle overthrows this one inside for a ball. Green, 91 pitches in 7 innings, 63 strikes. The pitch. Curve, too low, 2 balls and a strike. Kernels, 4. Kane County, nothing.
Well, baseball suffered a big loss in the last few days, and we'll talk about that, Bob, coming up.
There's a fly ball to center field. It's there for Giannotti, and he takes care of it. 2 gone.
Of course, one of the more underrated managers of all time, Gene Mock, passed away in the last few days, and something that happened to him and the Phils back in 1964. That's the subject of our Did You Know tonight. Did you know that Gene Mock sent his best 2 pitchers, Jim Bunning and Chris Short, 3 times on only 2 days rest to try to control the damage during that infamous 1964 Philly collapse down the stretch, where they had, I believe, oh gosh, what was it? They said it the other day.
I thought they lost 18. They lost 18 games in a row, didn't they?
Well, they had a 6.5 game lead with 11 to go, and lost 10 in a row.
10 in a row. Swing and a miss. Again, Michel Samar gives them that swerve over the outside corner. Luis Perez.
Mock had a quote that kind of put it all into perspective as the pitch is outside. He said it was like watching someone drown. If it's true you learn from adversity, then I must be the smartest person in the world.
Well, it affected it was something that was like a disease. There's a little nubber to the second baseman. Sutton has it, moves it to Sandoval in time for the out, and that retires the side here in the top half of the 8th inning with nothing across for the Kane County Cougars as the Kernels now come to bat, sporting a 4-0 lead. Back home at the ballpark and a 4-0 lead and one more inning to protect it. We'll be back here at the ballpark. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
When we were children, we were taught to save for a rainy day, but what if it rains harder than you expected? Tanya Sedlock, your professional Pekin insurance agent at Weidenhammer Andrews Agency, understands about the storms that life can bring. Whether you need auto, home, business, life, or health insurance, Tanya will review the coverages you need for your life and the lives of the ones you care about most. Help the sun shine on your life with a visit to your hometown Pekin insurance professional, Tanya Sedlock, at Weidenhammer Andrews Agency.
Are you in debt way over your head? Do you have $4,000, $6,000, $10,000, maybe even more in credit card bills? Want to get out of debt? Gather those bills and let the agencies offering Care One Credit Counseling Services help you. Here's our number: 800-233-4985, 800-233-4985. If you're behind in paying your medical bills, your personal bills and loans, and you've been on the receiving end of one collection call, and you want to stop those calls immediately, call Care One Credit Counseling Services for a consultation and debt analysis. Some of our customers save up to 57% on their monthly payments. If you're over your head in debt, gather your bills right now and call Care One Credit Counseling Services for your consultation, debt analysis, and licensing information. Here's the number: 800-233-4985, 800-233-4985. That's 800-233-4985.
New pitcher for the Kane County Cougars, and that is Derek Tharp, the left-hander, 5'11", 188 pounds, out of Knoxville, Tennessee, was at Vancouver in 2004. And Josh LeBlanc, the DH, will be the first man to face him here. With the Kernels up with the score of 4-0, and so far, Scott Unash, a good start to the homestand.
Absolutely. First 4 with Kane County, and then Southwest Michigan. The Southwest Michigan Devil Rays come in. Got to be one of the longest names in minor league baseball.
Just like the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and Cucamonga.
There you go. Mike Mitchell departs. He threw 1 1/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, struck out 1, walked 1, did not give up a run. Left-handed pitcher versus left-handed batter.
Now the pitch, and LeBlanc takes it high and inside. And it's ball 1 and no strikes.
Well, we talked about Gene Mock, and unfortunately 1964, Bob, was not the only collapse that he was a part of.
Strike, it's called. 1 ball, 1 strike.
He was the manager in 1982 with the Angels. They led Milwaukee 2-0 in the ALCS. As there's a swing and a miss, and that was the best of 5 back then. And they lost the final 3 in Milwaukee to Harvey's Wallbangers.
Well, it's too bad because Gene Mock was remembered in the game of baseball as this pitch is fought off and cut foul by LeBlanc. He was remembered for his baseball technology and his baseball knowledge. you can tell the number of teams that he managed that he was held in very high esteem by the major leagues.
Yeah, 12 winning season.
Swinging a high foul into the grassy berm down the left field line for the kids to chase.
Well, now the Lightning's getting a little close, Bob. No movement, though, by our umpiring crew here. And he also, of course, even a more notable collapse, if you will, Angels were in 1986.
Now the pitch. Swung on. Missed it a mile that time.
Looked like LeBlanc was guessing and did not guess right on that one. Of course, the Angels were within 1 out. 86 was crazy. The Angels were taking on Boston in the divisional series. Angels, no, I guess that was the ALCS, I beg your pardon. They were within 1 out of the World Series when Dave Henderson hit that home run off of Donnie Moore. And that propelled Boston to the World Series.
But they didn't win it.
No.
As they did last year.
Then they had their little episode.
And it looks as, yes. This first pitch is inside for a ball to the right-handed hitter, Rentz. Swings on a 76-mile-an-hour changeup and missed that. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kernels, 4 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors. Kane County, no runs, 1 hit. 1 hit and 1 error. And it was a solid hit, no question about it. There's a swing and another miss. He chased an off-speed pitch. Man, some of these guys look like they have a Japanese fan out there instead of a bat.
Doing a good job, the pitchers are tonight, of really changing speeds. That's the art of pitching.
Here it is. Strike 3, inside fastball, cut him down. That's the 3rd time tonight that Rentz has struck out.
Of course, that 86 series, so many tragic aspects to that game. Of course, Donnie Moore was one of the top-notch relievers of that era and of 1986, and really never got over that game, that pitch he threw to Dave Henderson. He ended up taking his own life a few years after that. Very tragic circumstances.
There's a curve for a strike to Nate Sutton, left-handed batter, against the left-hander of the Kane County Cougars, Tharp. Derek Tharp at the belt. Here's the pitch. Low and away for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Gene Mock managed the Phillies, as we mentioned, from 60 to 68. California. They were the California Angels back then, Bob. 82 to 87. He was also in Montreal and ended up with the Minnesota Twins as well.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, hard hit ground ball. Up with it. Petit, the throw in time. Side retired. 3 up and 3 down. Nothing across. We've completed 8 innings here at the ballpark tonight. And the Kernels will see if they can put another 0 on the scoreboard for Kane County and make it a 4-0 Cedar Rapids win. We'll have that story in a moment. You're listening to Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
I'm Dave Shea. For 35 years, I was news anchor for Channel 2. Now, with gas prices at $2 a gallon, check out Randy Kill Honda and save with great fuel mileage on all Hondas in stock. The safest family sedan, the Honda Accord, will definitely save the family pocketbook with 34 miles to the gallon. Get even better mileage with a compact Civic, getting you there at 38 miles to the gallon. Or check the amazing fuel mileage of the Honda Civic Hybrid, 48 miles to the gallon, and that's in city driving. Randy Kill Honda has a large selection of pre-owned Hondas, too, all with exceptional fuel mileage. Check them out at www.randykiel.com. Also, Randy Kiel offers a 7-year, 100,000-mile confidence guarantee on new vehicles. You can take my word for it, but you may also want to talk with other Honda owners. They're people you know, your friends, your neighbors, maybe even your relatives. I'm saving on gas prices by driving my Honda, and you can too. See Randy Kiel Honda on Center Point Road Northeast.
How do I sign up to enjoy the game from the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Whirling Waters Home Run Hot Tub, Julia?
It's simple. All you have to do is register at the customer service booth, Center Court at Westdale Mall, then listen to Mix 96.5 FM to find out if your name is drawn as the winner of the Home Run Hot Tub. As the winner, you'll savor a breathtaking panoramic view of the ball game from the soothing splendor and comfort just above the left field wall at Veterans Memorial Stadium.
Cool. I'm going to go grab my swimsuit.
Scott Udash, Bob Brooks alongside. John Rogers with us tonight as well, as Javier Herrera takes a look at a curveball for a strike and then fouls it off to the right side, and quickly he's in the hole 0-2 as Michel Samar out there trying to bring this one home for Nick Green, who threw one-hit baseball for 7 innings, as the Lightning is starting to encircle us. We need the 1-2-3 inning here, Bob, as that pitch is outside.
Throw strikes, Michel.
And I think the umpires are helping us, too, Jeff Lascola, because he's had a generous strike zone tonight, but been very consistent, so hats off to him. 2 balls, 2 strikes as that pitch misses. Herrera, Kim, and Buck. Here's a swing and a foul. As staying alive was Javier Herrera. He's 0 for 3 officially. Did reach on an error by third baseman Sean Rodriguez. You joined us late. Kernels right out of the chute. Nate Sutton dropped a pop-up in short center field. And that was an error. On a 2-2 pitch, the batter is hit on an inside pitch.
That is worse than making an error.
So a hit batter. And that one got Herrera
right on the elbow.
Yeah, I think it did. You're going to try to shake it off and go to first. It was a drop pop-up by Sutton, then a fly out to center field, and then on a hard hit one hopper, Sean Rodriguez made an error, and we were thinking, uh-oh, here we go. But then things really kind of quieted it down after that. Nick Green put it in the rearview mirror as
courageous performance by Nick Green.
I think our luck may be running out here, Bob. It's starting to rain a lot harder. People are starting to scurry. Runner at first, Herrera, not being held on. The pitch upstairs with a fastball for ball 1 to Eddie Kim.
4-0, Cedar Rapids.
Here's the pitch. There's a strike on the outside corner. Another fastball. 4-0 lead, and rain is starting to come down. The umpires are going to do everything they can, Bob, to try to get this 3 outs in.
Well, they can probably get it in with the rain, but the question will be with the Lightning.
Curve, down low. Well, scoreboard's got 3-0. I thought it was 2-1, but we'll go with the scoreboard. Jack Rader is in poised position.
2-1 is right.
Yep, there's the 2-1. Check swing, taken for a strike, and it's 2-2. Unfortunately, when Jack starts to line up behind home plate, that's not a good sign. Here's the 2-2. Curve outside. Nobody out. 1 on. 4-0 Colonel lead here in the top half of inning number 9.
And the right-hander warming up in the Colonel bullpen. Probably Waters.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. And that is strikeout number 2 for Michel Samar. 1 big out here in the 9th inning. That'll bring up the DH, Travis Buck.
That is the 8th Kane County Cougar to go down tonight by way of strikeouts.
And take a look
at 9.
Absolutely. And for the Kernels, that's Miguel Gonzalez warming up in the bullpen. 1 on, 1 out, and the pitch, slider taken for a strike. And we're awaiting the arc to pull up. There's the 0-1. That's flat foul. The other way. If this was the 4th inning, Bob, we would not be playing baseball at this moment.
No, not with that Lightning, we wouldn't.
The 0-2. Curve upstairs, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. She's coming down now. When the pep squad is starting to bat down the hatches, you know it's coming down. The 1-2 way outside. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The ball is slipping out of the hands.
Yep, and here comes the...
we're going to delay.
Yep, we're going to have a delay. with 1 out in the top of the 9th inning, as it is really starting to pour now. And the umpires, they really had no choice here, Bob, because you can't play baseball in this.
Well, the culprit had to be Michelle Samar for not throwing strikes.
So we're in a rain delay here at 9:35. As the ground crew is going to roll out the tarp. And there goes another dry cleaning bill for Jack Rader. And that'll give us a chance to do a little rain delay theater here.
Well, let's get John Rogers. I have plenty to ask him about.
4-0 the Kernels lead it as we're in a rain delay here in the top of the 9th inning with 1 out. As the Kernels, Javier Herrera on a 2-2 pitch was hit to start this strikeout to Eddie Kim. Travis Buck with a 2-2 count on. This is an official game.
The wind is kicked up, too, and...
Well, you could see it moving in because the lightning started off to the north, and Josh Baines did tell me that the first system was going to go northeast. The second one...
Scott, Bob, look how heavy that tarp's getting. Look how heavy that tarp is getting. I'm not sure they'll get it on, guys. The good part is it's within 20 feet of the first base line. The bad news is it's getting very, very heavy.
Yes, it is. And
Jack went down.
No, Jack's right there.
Or is that Doug Nelson? Oh, boy.
Yeah, I think that was Doug. Yep, Jack's on the left end here.
Jack's got the experience of a sailor. But now the Roadrunner is coming to. I'm not sure.
He'll save the moment. There's no question about that.
John, nobody describes a rain delay quite as good as you do.
Well, guys, I'll tell you what. You talked about rain delay theater, and this is getting serious now. I'm not sure they'll get that thing on. The entire Colonel grounds crew, pep squad, front office, they are struggling so mightily to get that last 20 feet to save home plate. And if they cannot save home plate, we will not resume this ball game. And Kane County folks, I know you tune in on the internet. This organization is run with the highest degree of fairness and integrity. We are doing our darndest to get that tarp over home plate.
Yep, we're just about we're 10 feet. Well, we're going to have to get it over the batter's box as well. So
I think Dave Soper has joined them down there, hasn't he?
And here comes Bobby
Nelson
and Justin
Here
Bachman.
comes Bobby and Justin Bachman. That is class and integrity, folks. Listen to the hand for... Well, you can't because I have the crowd mic, but...
They're going to get her done, though.
Look at that effort to save this ball game and give Kane County their fair chance. And they're yelling orders at each other. This is a massive effort to save this ball game.
And hopefully we can get her done.
And there are some burning biceps, quads, calves. Let me tell you, guys, that is a workout.
Oh, it is.
And only Bobby Magallanes and Justin Bachman, as fair-minded as they are, would do that, guys. They are fair-minded professionals.
There's no question about that.
Did a great job right there, and hopefully it'll pay off. And
well, the rain has let up a little bit.
Umpires are coming out now.
And they can tell them to... Well, take it off.
They wouldn't do that to us, would they?
Scott, Julia Jansen, as we're describing this rain delay and the marvelous pitching performance by Nick Green, Julia is getting a refreshed look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard for us, so we'll pass that on to you fellas. And you were talking about Gene Mock and what a tragic hero he was, and that's what he was. I'll never forget that 64 season when Philadelphia did have a 6.5 game lead with 12 to go. They lost 10 in a row. And, you know, not only the Cardinals passed the Phillies, but so did the Reds. And Gene Mock really, unfortunately, never lived that down. And like you guys were saying, Scott, how many winning seasons did he have? 10 out of his 26?
Oh, boy.
He was named Manager of the Year 3 times, twice with the Phillies, once with Montreal. The guys loved playing for him. You hated playing against him.
He was a player's manager. In a different era. Now, when you say player manager, and
it's coddling and
different type of situation. Back then, you had the respect for the manager, but he also respected you. It was a two-way street back at that time.
The difference in pay wasn't so much.
Very good point. In fact, the manager back when Mock managed, at least in the 60s and
He
70s,
probably,
he was top dog.
He probably was getting as good a salary as anybody else.
Now, guys, you know what a story about Gene Mock I'd like to share with you and our listeners is the player that I thought epitomized Gene Mock was a scrappy shortstop for the Expos as the rain's coming down in torrents now. This is a torrential downpour.
Yep, it is coming down. They're going to put some sandbags on the tarp as well because the wind also came up.
You asked Scott where the arc was, and we may need one to get out of here.
Yep, they're lining up 2 by 2 as we speak.
Scott, remember Tim Foley?
Oh, yeah,
he was a Gene Mock guy all the way.
Yep, really
and
was.
I think Gene Mock is one of the 5 best managers in baseball history, and I know some people will question me on that because he never got to the World Series in 26 seasons. To me, that doesn't make him a bad manager, just like would we say that Marv Levy is a bad NFL football coach? We'd agree he's one of the best ever, wouldn't we?
I would agree with that statement, and especially taking a team to that many Super Bowls in succession. And you know, Bobby Cox, I think history's not going to be kind to Bobby Cox either. And personally, I think he's an okay manager. I don't think he's the best manager, but you can't argue with the record. The fact that he's put together, 14 consecutive division championships?
Well, you have to say that as far as Bobby Cox is concerned, he has been able, through the organization, to develop players. It's been a total team effort there of meshing of the front office and what's on the field and the development of the farm system and everything like that.
You mentioned the farm system, Bob, and when Bobby Cox gets players, they are branded with the Brave way of doing things. Bob, it looks like Chip Hughes may be stopping by to say hello to you, so you go out and...
Dwight.
Oh, Dwight Hughes, okay. I knew Dwight from Rotary and when he was the recreation director for the city parks, and I'd like you to, if he's kind enough to come by. Okay.
John, it is absolutely pouring here at the stadium.
I'll tell you what, Scott.
I don't see how we're going to be able to even play this game because...
I don't either, and at least we can say that the Kernels did everything possible to protect the field, and that they have done, but it is coming down in sheets right now, in absolute sheets.
And, yeah, it really is, and... Sean Rodriguez is in the top step of the dugout, just soaking it in right now. We haven't had much rain this summer, John, so we're, I know a lot of people would love to see this rain and last night's rain, so we're going to just let her go here. And if we don't get back to playing, we'll take 4-0 win. How about that?
Well, Scott, thanks to State Farm Insurance agents Lanny Peterson, Al Shetler, Dale Thompson, and Gary Schubat, and some quick work by broadcast assistant Julia Jansen. We do have a State Farm Major League Scoreboard update.
Yes, we do. Let's start with the American League. These are final scores from this afternoon. Toronto shaded Detroit 2-1, and that one played at the Sky Dome. Oakland beat the Angels 5-4, and we went over. In fact, I heard, John, you might enjoy this. Well, you won't enjoy it, but this tells you something about baseball, and this probably will never happen again, and I know Mike Socia will never allow this to happen again, but the winning run scored today when Rodriguez, in relief of Scott Shields, came in. There was a runner on, Jason Kendall at third base. He didn't get a borderline call on a pitch and kind of snapped his glove to get the return throw from the catcher, completely missed it. The ball went by him, and Jason Kendall scooted home to score.
Oh, boy, I did not hear about that.
Jeff Johnson told me that from the Gazette. That's how the winning run came home for Oakland today.
That's letting your temper get ahead of common sense. He didn't keep his head, did he?
No, and I'm sure it's already been talked about with Mike Socia.
Bob, did you hear? I want you to hear this, Bob. It's an incredible story as we're reviewing the Oakland win on the State Farm Major League Scoreboard. An incredible way that the Angels lost in the ninth inning.
Frankie Rodriguez on a return throw from the catcher after a borderline call apparently was angry and kind of snapped his glove at the kind of half-heartedly, if you will, at the return throw, completely missed it. And Jason Kendall, Bob's losing papers. Jason Kendall ran home from third base with the winning run. So that's what happened today. And that would never happen in the day. Baltimore doubled up Tampa Bay 4-2.
I can tell you on that, there's a guy managing the Washington Nationals who said, well, I told you so.
Yeah. Things are starting to float, boys. Down below.
You called for the arc, Scott, about 10 minutes ago. You said we need an arc.
They're in the ninth inning right now. Texas and the Yankees are having a wild one. The Yankees lead at 9-8. That one in the top of the ninth inning at the Yankee Stadium. Cleveland leading Kansas City. That one in the top of the ninth inning 4-2. National League scores. The Cubs pounded the Cardinals this afternoon 11-4. Pittsburgh tonight all over Colorado 11-3. San Diego, they're the roller coaster team of the National League. Trevor Hoffman got his 30th save behind Woody Williams as they defeated the Mets by a score of 2-1. Elsewhere, this one a final as well. Arizona beat Florida 3-1. Also a final, San Francisco over the Braves 5-3. These games in progress. They're in the bottom of the eighth inning. Houston with a 6-2 lead on the Washington Nationals, and the Dodgers with an early 1-0 lead in the top of the second over the Philadelphia Phillies. So there you have the State Farm Major League scoreboard update.
I have a feel-good story for you tonight, John, about the Cedar Rapids Kernels.
Well, we can always use that.
I've been talking out in the hallway with Dwight Hughes, the president of Hughes Nurseries, and he and his wife had their first experience here by bringing their crew out tonight to a suite and treated them to all of the accoutrements of a suite. The first time that he said any of the people that have been working with him at the Hughes Nursery, and they're all major leaguers in what they do, and so they enjoyed an evening at the ballpark.
Well, Bob, that's great, and it's not an unusual thing with how busy we all are with family, professional, and recreational lives that this is the fourth year of the new stadium, and it doesn't surprise me a bit because Dwight Hughes and his crew's busiest time of the year is spring and summer. That is very gratifying to know. Jack Evans, a fellow Rotarian of mine, was here a few weeks ago or during the first half, and he was here and just was beaming at Rotary Club about what a great time he had. And Jack, much like Dwight Hughes, a very highly respected, busy member of this community, and that is a great story. Scott, again, let's go back to your saying an arc. We are having this is a flash flood condition now.
Yeah, it is. We've got some debris floating. It's floating down in the locker room.
It won't be long till the Mississippi will be going north again.
Hey, guys, that happened in Davenport. I saw it with my own eyes.
We believe you, John.
Okay.
I'll believe you for all these years.
This rain reminds you of a February blizzard, the way it is coming in. But
if this was snow, we'd already have 6 inches on the ground by now.
This is a billion-dollar rain, folks. These people around here, and talking with Dwight Hughes out there, this is a big-time help because they have been watering and trying to save trees and greenery and bushes and flowers.
Everything's suffering.
The only thing that grows are weeds, and that's in a drought. The weeds are always very, very lush.
I'm going to tell you how confident I am. I'm already writing down totals.
Okay.
Because I don't think there's any way we can play this game.
But there's one thing, Scott, I wanted to find out tonight from John.
All right.
And how can you leave a $2 million pitcher?
The incident, boy, word travels quickly. Bob and listeners, in answer to your question, this is one of the unpredictabilities and, I guess, fun stories about minor league baseball. And what Bob is alluding to is on our Tri-State Travel Motor Coach drive, we left at 6 o'clock from Battle Creek, Michigan on, now let me get my Saturday morning to go to Appleton, Wisconsin. Most of the guys were zapped out completely and sleeping on the Tri-State Travel Motor Coach when it made its first stop at an oasis called the Lake Forest Oasis that looks brand new, and it goes over one of the main Chicagoland thoroughfares. Perhaps one of you guys know the Lake Forest Oasis.
Oh, yeah.
Looks very new. Well, about three-quarters of the bus was zonked out, cold sleeping. About a quarter went in to the oasis to restroom, freshen up, even eat. Bobby Magianis gave the ball club permission to eat. Well, we got back onto the Tri-State Travel Motor Coach bus and rolled merrily down the highway, about 20 minutes to 25 minutes down the highway heading towards Wisconsin, and all of a sudden, Joe Torres, the bonus baby pitcher, who, by the way, has pitched very well in his last 3 outings out of the Colonel bullpen, he and Kernan Ronan have stayed the course, and improvement has occurred. Back to the story, though. Torres' roommate, Nate Sutton, there was a big commotion at the back of the bus, and the staff, I'm privileged to sit up front. There's a pecking order on the motor coach on who sits where, and I turned around, and there was a big commotion, and all of a sudden there was yelling from the back of the bus, "Stop, George." George Crawley, our bus driver, "Stop, we left Torres, we left Torres, we left Joe." Sure enough, we had left Joe Torres at the Lake Forest pit stop, the rest stop, and he did not have his cell phone. He did not have his cell phone, and we're going to pass along some very good news during this rain delay interlude. 4-0 Kernels, 1 out, top of the 9th inning against Kane County, and we'll share that good news from Todd Brummelkamp. But to finish the story, Torres did not have his cell phone at the Oasis, at the rest stop. He somehow got on a payphone, called collect to his father in Kissimmee, Florida. His father called Jack Rader here at the ballpark. Jack then called Justin Bachman, who will share some good news with you about in a minute, and Bach said, "We know, Jack, we're going back to get Torres." Now, the kicker of it is, our equipment manager thought Torres should have been fined for missing the bus. But Torres didn't do anything wrong. There was no set time. His roommate didn't do anything wrong. He was sleeping and never knew Torres left the bus. So the kicker of the story was he got a very polite golf gallery clap when he got on the bus, and he had a big smile on his face. It cost us about 45 minutes in travel time.
Well, now I think that you should make an adjustment there, because when Iowa travels, one of the managers counts the bodies every time to make sure the numbers jive. And that should be Rhodey's job.
It should be, and I agree.
If anybody should be fined, it should have been him.
I'm in complete agreement. Rhodey is involved intricately, and some say that he is the reason we renew with the Angels every year. May or may not be true, but we're just having fun at the Roadrunners' expense, and he'll be smiling down there knowing that we're recounting this. But yes, usually Bobby Magianis barks out, "Check your roomies." But in the world of minor league baseball, you said it, Bob, this is a real test of your endurance, your durability, your stamina, and quite frankly, this kind of time of year sometimes separates what fellas really are serious about this as a career and what fellas would rather have the not comfort, but the certainty and predictability of a 9-to-5 job with weekends off. And I know not many of those exist anymore. None of us work those hours, but this is what separated the dog days of summer. So at any rate, yes.
Well, it broke up the trip.
It did, and it relaxed the ball club. It brought them together. I'll tell you what, this ball club loves Joe Torres. They're rooting for him. They're pulling for him.
You couldn't help it. Yeah. He's a very, very likable person.
Yes, he is.
Now, I also want to know, John, you didn't get a chance to take the ferry, though.
No,
you didn't win.
I had suggested to our Tri-State Travel Motor Coach driver, there is a ferry boat that leaves from Muskegon, Michigan, and goes over to, I believe, Sheboygan, Wisconsin. The ferry apparently takes about an hour off that trip around the tip of Lake Michigan from western Michigan, where we were, to central Wisconsin. I was told it was a financial issue, that it costs about $125 to put a bus on the ferry.
Ah, well,
that wasn't in the budget.
That's 125 reasons.
Well, put it in for next year.
Not to go. and
you'll make the budget out in October. Yep. Throw it in there.
Well, you might not have the trip next year, though.
Well, that's what the schedule has come out for next year. A tentative version. Have you guys heard of that ferry that can?
Yes.
And I think the guys would have loved it, but it just didn't work. Well, we didn't plan ahead, just like we didn't have somebody check roommates. But
we also may not have enough Dramamine for the team as they come off the boat.
You better put that in the budget too.
That brings up one of the funniest Three Stooges, and you either love the Three Stooges or despise them, but when those guys, Mo, Curly, and Larry, got on that boat and started eating that salami, that big summer sausage, and they needed Dramamine.
Yeah, they may. We're in a rain delay, by the way.
Yes, sir, and it's 4-0. It's 4-0 in favor of Cedar Rapids, and we're 2 outs away from ending this deal.
And folks,
4 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors, Cedar Rapids, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, Kane County, and 2 home runs tonight, 3-run homer by Rodriguez, and a solo effort by Michael Collins, and that has been the scoring. Then the rain and the lightning came, and the rain now has subsided a bit, and
this place is a fantastic drainage system, but I don't think it's this good.
Well, where it really gets, this is going to be a project for the fall to try and open up some drainage in back of home plate.
Yeah, Bob, there's right. There was some damage done to the tiles that could not be fixed, and there was a squabble over who did it, and it's one of the very minor things that we didn't iron out. But guys, if somebody okay, describe. Go ahead, guys.
Well, it happens every year, and I think I'm out here every year. 2 or 3 of the guys. This time it's 4 of the guys. Drew Toussaint's out there, Richard Giannotti, Sean Rodriguez, and Freddy Sandoval. The head first dives on the tarp.
Belly flop.
On spikes, without spikes. And Rhodey, as long as you're without spikes. Now, Rhodey will not wash or dry your uniform if you do that. You do that yourself with your host family. Rhodey is upset when that happens. But as long as you're not wearing spikes, our equipment manager. Now, here comes the 2 umpires, guys, with Jack Rader and a cavalcade of grounds crew members.
Well, the situation is this. There is at least 4 or 5 inches of standing water behind home plate with a lot of floating debris, and flat out there, I don't think, guys, there's any way we're going to play the last 2 outs of this game.
Scott and Bob, I'm going to call in Todd Brummelkamp. If we'll get him back in here. He has some very exciting news that I'd prefer him to share about Justin Bachman. And Justin is a quiet professional, now a family man. Bob mentioned how your life changes when you have your first child. Justin's the proud father of a cutest little girl you'd ever want to see. And she came with her mom and joined Justin on our road trip. In fact, they stopped in Madison, and I told them how much they'd enjoy the Mad City, very similar to Portland, Oregon, in its political leanings. And Justin is a real liberal-minded guy, great guy. And Todd is going to come in hopefully in a moment and share some very exciting news about a career move in Justin's life that will keep him in baseball and allow him to live a little more of a sane family life. But I'm going to wait for Todd Brummelkamp. Here he is. Todd, only you could, I think, share this great news about Bach.
Well, yeah, thanks, John. And this was pointed out to me. I have to give credit where credit was due. Jeff Johnson from the Cedar Rapids Gazette stumbled across this the other day. The announcement was made at Lewis and Clark College, Justin Bachman's alma mater, that he will be their new head baseball coach next year. He replaces Reed Rainey at that school. And, again, as you said, a terrific career move for Justin. It's really, really taken a lot out of him these past 2 years here in Cedar Rapids to be away from his beautiful wife and their beautiful young daughter. And this is a career move that allows you to not only go home in a sense, but go home in another sense in the fact that it's your alma mater, and everybody would love to go coach at their alma mater, or their home school. Look at Gene Stevenson from Wichita State, who flirted with the Oklahoma baseball job and whatnot. But Justin, of course, played at Lewis and Clark College. He was one of only 2 Lewis and Clark players to make the major leagues. and I throw the trivia question out there to any of you three who the other guy was that made it from the Lewis and Clark College, it would be Pete Ward, 1963 American League Rookie of the Year. But he still holds their record for stolen bases in a season and career stolen bases. He stole 34 in 95 and had 76 on his career, and of course was a member of the 96 Kernels. John, your first year in the league here. Justin was a shortstop here with All-Star David Davalillo at second base, a great up-the-middle combination, and then has spent the last 2 years here in Cedar Rapids as the hitting coach. And, of course, a lot of people will tell you that he would still be playing second base for the Angels had he not hurt himself in that injury down in the Mexican League. So Justin will depart the Angels organization, and I'll wrap this up here so you guys can hone your play-by-play skills with what's going on here. But congratulations from all of us here in Cedar Rapids to Justin Bachman for making the right career choice, not only personally but also for his family as well. Best wishes to Justin and his family as they embark on a new chapter in their life as the head baseball coach at Lewis and Clark College.
Well, we had a different little game of baseball out on the tarp right now. Same floor, though.
John wants to rest the vocal cords a little bit. So
you got Giannotti, Sandoval, Rodriguez,
Drew Toussaint,
and
we I'll say one thing: they scored more runs out there in a phantom ball game than they have scored this
They
month.
needed some white face paint because that was a heck of a mime job going on there. But Drew Toussaint executing a perfect hook slide into home plate, feet first, as the rain, they're trying to mop the rainwater off here. Scott, as you said, this place turns into a lake behind home plate. And Rhodey's down there. He's beside himself. He doesn't know what to do.
Well,
we have
one thing I can tell you. I have been through rain delays in Major League ballparks, and I have yet to see a Major League player pull that stunt.
Oh, no.
Rick Dempsey. But maybe Bob's talking about seeing it in person.
In person? Okay.
Right now, the field looks a little bit like the Monongahela, maybe with slightly less pollution in it.
Pittsburgh loves Todd Brommelkamp.
They can't hear us in Pittsburgh. They can barely hear us in Hiawatha.
Hey, now.
I know.
It's the Internet.
The Internet, folks, if you're listening in Pittsburgh. I love the city of Three Rivers.
PNC Park is a gem.
That's right. We've got popcorn boxes and various other cups and debris out behind home plate right now. Actually reminds me of the Wapsie back home a little bit.
Yes.
The players, our guys are down there in the dugout. They want to finish this thing off. They want to make this a full-fledged 27-out ball game. And where is he? John Rogers should be chided for mentioning the no-hitter. Because the next inning, Myron Leslie, of all people, comes up, gets a cheap double down the line, and it's Kane County's only hit.
John doesn't believe in that.
Well, a lot of people do, and if word spreads in the dugout, forget Joe Torres being signed, John Rogers may find himself in kangaroo
Is he going
court.
down the pecking order on the bus? The pecking order on the bus, John will take a hit.
I believe so.
Okay.
Jeff Lascola and Joe Dobo out on the field again, taking a look.
Well, in all seriousness, I really don't see how we're going to play this game. In fact, Rod Schulte has already given out the totals.
He called it himself.
Yeah.
Well, someone wants to make sure that we're able to get out of here in a timely fashion tonight.
Well, the situation is this, though, Todd and Bob. There's going to be a lot of work to be done by Jesse Rader and his crew tomorrow. Because
it'll serve him good to do a day's work every now and then. I'm just making
you're
it
hitting everybody tonight.
I'm a joker. Everybody knows that. Those guys do yeoman work day in and day out, and they do have a heck of a job ahead of them. But someone get Jeff Lascola some hip waders.
Yeah.
I'm worried he's going to float away.
I got a feeling we're going to see some bass come down the line here in a little bit. At least some trout.
Dave Joppy is on that top step of the dugout like he's still managing this ball game. He sees something going on out there, like Field of Dreams. We're Timothy Busfield.
He was watching, seeing how many Cedar Rapids Kernels scored in the Phantom game.
Well, Dave is, I think we're going to get the signal here coming up momentarily. Dave was saying, well, I guess we can't play.
By the way, congratulations go out to Dave Jaffe and his wife, Jennifer, on their new addition to the family. I don't know if you guys discussed that on the broadcast earlier tonight.
We got her taken care of.
Now, no official signal has been given by the umpiring crew.
Oh, I think they
But they'll talk to Jack now, and maybe that'll be... If you're out there listening in Cedar Rapids, you folks still have time to come over here to the ballpark and catch these last two outs if they play.
We didn't get a signal.
Yeah, that's...
From the umpires. It's raining it's lightly raining.
It should be pointed out, Midwest League umpires are not paid by the hour. So, and neither are we. So it does us no good to be here.
Oh, brother. Well, it's still raining. And it started again. So 4-0 Kernels here in the top of the ninth inning with 1 on and 1 out. And then the monsoon hit.
The best part is there's still fans here.
Yes, there are.
And that's Cedar Rapids baseball fans. They don't begrudge a little rain. They want to see...
Not after the drought we've had.
Hopefully a little bit of this rain will make its way eastward over to my neck of the woods in Clinton County.
This is a big-time rain for this area, what we had this morning. And
an inch and a half
tonight.
This morning.
So this is...
they're back.
This is pretty good stuff.
Oh, here we go. We may get the official verification.
That's it. It's over.
And that
ball game official 4-0 Kernels.
Well, I'll turn things back over to you guys. The Shecky Green Lounge Act is over tonight.
2-drink minimum, by the way.
It was a pleasure. I don't get on the air enough. It was a pleasure being with you guys.
Thanks, Todd.
Well, Todd, we've got a gig for you at the Ranch Supper Club.
That's Todd Brommelkamp, everyone. But 4-0. It's over. The Kernels win it, and that'll give us a chance to take a break. We'll come back. We'll get into the post-game show here tonight from Veterans Memorial Stadium. Again, the final score, the Kernels 4, Kane County 0, and you're listening to Kernel Baseball here in the Zone.
And it is done. We attack at lunch.
No, they will expect that. We attack at dinner too.
Excellent. They will never expect a second wave of warriors.
We must prepare.
They will be waiting.
With fresh meat and vegetables on a large table.
And we will be swift in our actions.
Choosing only the finest of their offerings.
Piling them high in a bowl.
Then cooking them fast on a sizzling grill.
And then we eat.
Gaze upon your fresh meat and vegetables for the final time.
The attack will be successful, and we will be satisfied.
The plan is done.
What are you guys doing?
Oh, hey, Valerie. Yeah, we're just getting ready for lunch at Genghis Grill. You want to go?
Yes, to Gang's Grill. Probably no to you two.
Okay. She is a spy.
And not nearly as hot as she thinks she is.
Fresh food attack.
Genghis Grill, where Edgewood Road meets Williams Boulevard in Cedar Rapids, next to Gander Mountain.
Jimmy Kimmel here with an important announcement about the Comedy Central roast of Pamela Anderson.
Join Roastmaster Jimmy Kimmel for the Comedy Central roast of Pamela Anderson this Sunday night at 10, 9 Central.
Pamela is the first woman Comedy Central has ever roasted and the least talented. Come celebrate her amazing body of terrible work.
The Comedy Central roast of Pamela Anderson with Roastmaster Jimmy Kimmel this Sunday night at 10, 9 Central. Only on Comedy Central.
If you thought she got by Tommy Lee, wait till you see this.
You save big money, when you shop Menards.
It's the perfect day. Why don't we go clean the gutters?
Got a project that's going to require some climbing? Check out Menards Keller Ladder Buck-a-Foot Rebate Sale. Buy a 6-foot ladder, get a $6 rebate. 20-foot ladder, $20 rebate. The higher you climb, the more you save. Now during the Keller Ladder Buck-a-Foot Rebate Sale at Menards. You'll also find great deals on project supplies including paint, stain, and lumber. Pittsburgh Ultra exterior flat paint is just $12.88 a gallon after rebate. Choose from solid or semi-transparent Thompson's Water Seal deck and house stain, only $9.94 a gallon. Plus, There's no interest or payments till spring when you put it on your Menards big car.
Save big money at Menards.
It's time for the Kernels Curtain Call, right here on the Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM. With a recap of all the action, the State Farm Major League scoreboard, plus a look ahead to the next Kernels game, let's rejoin the voice of the Kernels, the one, the only John Rogers, here on the Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM.
And we welcome you back to Veterans Memorial Stadium, where the Kernels played a dynamite opener to their 8-game homestand, one that will be pivotal as determining whether our remaining road games, which we have 12 of those left, will be of any consequence. And tonight the Kernels played like they wanted to be in contention. Time will tell. As always, Bob Brooks joined by Scott Unash with our game recap. And guys, give us your thoughts.
Well, the star of the show was Nick Green, no doubt about that, because he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 hit, struck out 7, walked only 2, threw 91 pitches, 1 wild pitch, 63 of them for strikes, and he was outstanding. Michael Collins gave him enough with a home run to win it. Sean Rodriguez put a little frosting on the game with a 3-run shot into the pavilion in left field in the last half of the 6th inning, consequently a 4-0 victory. Good start to the homestand.
Oh, I agree, and like you guys have said, this is a very pivotal homestand. If Kernels want any shot of getting into the second half race and into the playoffs, they're going to have to do it during this homestand, and a very good way to start it off. And you can't say enough about Nick Green, 7 innings, and gave up no runs, only 1 hit, struck out 7, walked 2, best performance of the year, and we'll see what happens tomorrow night when Ronnie Ray takes to the hill. So we'll let you guys wrap her up and hopefully get going tomorrow night and the rest of the weekend.
Basically, John, the starting pitching has not been too bad.
No.
In the last 2-3 weeks.
No, and Todd, I can't get through all of Todd Brummelkamp's statistics, but there was one very revealing one that one of our guests, Mike Fox from Pekin Insurance, if you look at our inning-by-inning runs allowed, it confirms just what you said, Bob, and this is not to pick on the bullpen, but we have been as over 500 team in the first 6 innings this whole season. It's those last 3 that have been our stumbling block tonight. Michelle Samar, who's been a real stalwart since being put in the bullpen, a guy you can count on, a guy who wants the ball, a guy who thrives on pressure, and you just can't overuse him. You need some help, and hopefully we can get it from Miguel Gonzalez and Chris Waters and Casey Mutter and Joe Torres and that T.J. Stanton, that crew out there. Guys, I want to thank you. This was really a fun night to have you two and Julia combined and our guests. It really worked well.
It did, and round 2 is coming down right now. So
for downpour. Bob, one quick note, because we do have a legion of folks who kind of tune in, and it's great to the home games because of the great job you've done and the dedication. Which part of this upcoming, is it tomorrow or Sunday that you'll be on assignment?
Well, I'm going to be on assignment tomorrow.
Okay.
I have a command performance tomorrow, and also I will not be here Sunday. I'm going to the State Fair.
Great. That's something, boy, I haven't had in 10 years. I haven't made it.
Well, as long as they're
not going to make the butter statue
as long as they have Tiger Woods as one of the butter people there, why, I figured I should go. And then next Tuesday, I have a shot to be gone.
And we'll talk Monday about that exciting report you're going to do. I don't want to let the excitement out now, but real fun that Bob's going to the best baseball city in the country. Bob will be in St. Louis. He'll tell us Monday why he's going. And Bob and Scott, I'm going to let you guys go. You've done great work as always, and it's just been a lot of fun.
Well, it's nice to have Scott here.
It sure is.
I'm going to make it back next week, and one of those days was Southwest Michigan.
And he'll be on the races tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll have the races tomorrow, weather permitting.
And your first football broadcast is not too far away.
No, September 1st and September 2nd. So, right around the corner.
Well, guys, thank you so much. I'll wrap her up and bring her across the line. You've helped so much. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, John.
That's Bob Brooks and Scott Unash with us, along with Julia Jansen. I'll be back with a final word following a Colonel 4-0 shutout win in the first of a 4-game series to kick off an 8-game homestand. A final word from the ballpark next here in the Zone.
You've heard the term paperwork blizzard. Well, at times we're snowed under by the volume of paper materials we use in our homes. That includes everything from newspapers and magazines to cereal and tissue boxes. The list goes on and on. Your friends at Solid Waste and Recycling remind you most of these paper products can be recycled. So instead of throwing them in the trash, put them in your blue recycling box for curbside collection. Then you'll be doing your part to reduce waste and save landfill space.
Mike and Mike in the Morning's Just Shut Up Award is about more than merely pointing out stupidity.
It's about the Bill of Rights and basic cable, call waiting, and free trips to the salad bar. It's about everything that makes this country great.
Yes, it's about freedom. Freedom for people to say something completely moronic.
Shut up!
And it's also about the freedom for you to tell that person to just shut up. So exercise that freedom. Tuesday mornings with Mike and Mike in the Morning on ESPN Radio.
Well, not even a rain-soaked Veterans Memorial Stadium, a flooded Veterans Memorial Stadium, but believe me, even with the water 6 inches deep on the warning track material behind home plate, we will be ready to go tomorrow after this real solid and quite inspiring 4-0 Colonel win over the Kane County Cougars. First time that the Cougars and Kernels have locked horns since the first series of the season. And we'll play them to end the season at Philip Elstrom Stadium on Labor Day weekend. 4-0 Kernels, and we've given you the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Of course, our Access Direct play of the game was the 3-run homer by Sean Rodriguez that vaulted the Kernels into a 4-0 lead, the score by which they won. And we've been talking to you all spring and summer long about looking at Access Direct as a place to work. They have great options, full and part-time schedules, and they have as well wonderful benefits at Access Direct. For broadcast assistant Julia Jansen, Hall of Fame legend Bob Brooks, and 3-time Iowa Sportscaster of the Year Scott Unash, I'm John Rogers, and a final thanks, this is last but not least, the best engineer Jake Lentz. Jake, as always, does just a super job, and we thank him for his fine work. And look forward to the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show time tomorrow, 6:40, the Ask the Bobby Magallanes show on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. 4-0 Kernels, and try to stay dry the rest of the evening. We needed the rain, and we got it. This has been Colonel Baseball in the Zone.